what's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Waking, baking, you know. Like how we just roll over and get into it sometimes like that. It's a good day, man. It's a good morning. It feels refreshing out here, man. I got to see my dog as soon as I woke up. I'm like, yo, man, shout out to the homie Deke, man. You got that beautiful Pitt Panthers hat on today as well.
Yep, held a pet.
Held a pit, man. Y'all tried to have your boy up late last night, man. What's up with this 9 o'clock start, bro? Did you watch the game?
I watched the game.
Yeah, you had a big one. UNC came to town. Yeah.
Real big one.
9 o'clock at night, Deke. I'm old, bro. I was washed last night, Deke. 9 o'clock. How'd the game go?
Pitt has that type of draw. Prime time.
Super prime time. East Coast 9 o'clock, too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was just as confused as you. Pitt UNC at home, East Coast. It's typically a 7 p.m. start time.
I say, look, 7:30 at worst case. Yeah.
Was it 9? So I stayed up till 11 watching the game, and it was a good one, man. Back and forth. UNC had some momentum there in the second half, but Pitt came back. They showed some mental fortitude.
Let's go.
We typically blow those type of games, but no. And in fact, we ended up pulling away with, I think it was an 8-point win.
What?
Yeah,
okay.
we won 73-65. The game was a little closer than that score indicates, but it's good, man. And winning time and clutch time.
Like you said,
the Pitt guys stepped up. I'm still trying to figure out the names of some of these dudes, but
I would say it's
a little bit
early.
of turnover from last year's team.
Still
But there's some familiar faces.
So who's the main guys this go around?
It's really just the starting five. There was only 2 guys that came off the bench, and it's the Graham brothers.
Okay, the tall dudes.
Yeah, the tall dudes. And then, the starting 5, and they all played really good. Okay. Yesterday, Corin, Austin. Some people were comparing Austin in terms of the athleticism he was displaying to Zion. At least the guys on the broadcast had a lot of blocks. Had 5 blocks.
How'd you feel about that? Was it Zion-esque?
He was good on defense.
Okay.
He's very athletic.
Okay.
He's not going to be the number 1 overall pick or anything for the NBA.
I was like, yo, you say Zion, like that's one of the ones right there.
Jalen Lowe.
Heck yeah.
Ish Leggett. Damian Dunn. That's the starting 5. They all played good, and then we had the 2 guys off the bench. That was pretty much the story of yesterday's game.
I can dig that. I could definitely dig that right there, man. Shoot, but no, like I said, man,
should be tourney bound.
I'm hoping so for you guys. Hey, you keep talking real quick. I got my cord not plugged in.
Mic check. Yeah, it was good, everyone.
Oh, no, not the mics. Like my charger for the computer. Yeah. I don't want to down it.
What's popping, everyone? Pitt's tourney bound. 14-6, 5-4 in the conference. Yesterday could have been one of those make or breaks for the Panthers.
There we go.
Because you go 14-7, lost to UNC, and they wouldn't have even considered. They threw up the graphic. They said they wouldn't have even considered this UNC win. I mean, because ultimately it ended up being a win for Pitt, a quad 1 win. Or what do they call that? It's a quad 1.
Yeah.
Quad 1, quad 1, quad 2, all that type of stuff. They're not even considering this win a quad 1 for Pitt.
Yeah.
Quad 1 win, even though it's UNC. I don't know what goes all into that equation, but you typically think you beat a UNC.
Early on, they'll try to play that game, and then we know it'll shift. Because that's definitely what I've seen before. Because was it JMU, was that last year or 2 years ago when they knocked off Michigan State when they were the number 2 overall? At that time, that win was big. It was massive. And Michigan State was viewed a lot differently compared to when it was, getting ready for the tournament time, and we were all kind of realizing that, that Michigan State team.
Oh, they changed it on you.
They not all the way like hard, but the perception around them, it did shift. Okay. So that was the part that I would say, like, just give them some time, man.
Yeah,
if UNC gets hot, which is UNC, they're gonna find a way to have some type of signature moment. That's only gonna boost you guys up even more. So it never hurts to have a blue blood on your resume, though.
We just need to win.
Never
like
hurts.
14-6, we could probably afford 1 or 2 more losses, but I don't think anyone in terms of like the NCAA committees and just even the media, people that are in the know, are considering the ACC that high up there as a conference this year. I think it's a down year. Everyone's clamoring about SEC. I think is the Big 12 too?
Big 12 has had dudes the past couple years, man.
Yeah.
Where he's talking Baylor's and all the
They're
different.
saying ACC's down a little bit.
But they say ACC was down for football too, man. You see how that
that's
worked
true.
out, man.
I mean,
Come on, bro.
That was true.
They always say it's down, man. They always say it's down until y'all back up.
They weren't
right?
lying about that.
So, yeah, man.
Well, we got a lot of games left. I thought the season, it is coming to a close, but holy hell, we got
No, it's still plenty. It's plenty of hoops left, bro.
Looks like we got 11 or 12 games.
And that's before you get to the conference tourney. And
got
then,
UNC again.
Yeah.
God damn. Let's see if we can go on a run. 1 or 2 losses with these teams left. That'd be impressive.
Deke, you look like you about to start believing it, bro. It look like you trying to fight it.
It's just the full ACC schedule coming up here.
Do I fight it? Do I just
Miami,
jump in?
UNC, SMU's doing good.
But you believe in though, bro.
Louisville.
You believe it though. Shout to
Yeah,
Louisville,
they looked really
man.
good.
Shout
They looked
to
really
Louisville.
good yesterday.
I was watching Louisville last night, man. They got our guard, Terence Edwards, dude that was cooking for us in the tournament last year. He went over and transferred today. He cooking over there, and I'm like, yep, love to see it. Go Dukes, go Dukes.
Because I went to the Pitt Clemson game a couple weeks ago.
Because Pitt won that, right?
No. We brought it all the way back,
Man,
tied it
okay.
up. Environment was electric.
Yeah.
And the zoo was rocking, and then we blew it. Happy we didn't do that yesterday.
No, respect. Shoot, low key, that game yesterday was the game I had been talking about on SeatGeek all them times. I'm like, oh yeah, I got a game popping up. I got a game. And for sure, when it was the week of, and I knew, I was like, yep, I ain't got that game no more. I ain't pulling up no more. But in my heart, I have been eyeing that game for past, 3 weeks, 4 weeks? So I'm glad that Pitt actually won, man. Shout out to y'all guys, though, man.
Yeah.
Y'all it's getting some buzz. It's feeling real buzzy around, man.
they're-
Like, I like it, bro.
They're definitely a 20 type of team.
Yeah.
Just like they have been the last couple of years. Pitt's back.
That's
not
what I feel like
not fully to the Jamie Dixon days, but Pitt's we're legit in hoops right now.
the way that you talk about the Jamie Dixon era is why I don't say they're like back to that. But I'm like, yo, I feel like they're legitimate. They're a draw. They're definitely a draw. Like, people pulling up to the Pitt Panthers games. Like,
yeah,
for certain,
I'm
they're a
liking
draw,
what I'm
bro.
seeing from the
Yeah.
crowds. The Oakland Zoo's
Yeah.
popping.
That's real life right there, man. So that's kind of how I look at it, man. I'm like, I do want to get out there to a game at some point, man. But yeah,
It was packed
Yeah.
whenever I was
This
there
was
for the
like,
Clemson game. It was
look
cool
good,
because it was the Sam Clancy jersey retirement. So
that's
that
dope.
was really
Okay.
dope.
That's dope.
He's like a true Pittsburgh
legend,
guy.
yeah.
I mean, grew up here and everything. It's crazy
Mhm.
his story. I'm assuming you know it, but he played at Pitt hoops and was awesome enough to obviously get his jersey retired here from Pittsburgh. But he goes on and plays pro football.
Yeah.
it's insane. He plays pro football for like 12 years.
Mm-hmm.
Fortunately, went to the wrong team. Went to the Browns, but. Just shows how talented and athletic he was. He didn't play football at all in college, and goes to play pro football after playing all those years at Pitt for
real,
hoops.
bro. That's real. I like it. And they had I think it was the 30-year anniversary of my man dunking it and breaking the backboard. Was that Jeremy Lane? Yeah, that just popped up as well, man. Y'all be having y'all little moments, man. Y'all be saying, like I said, man, Pitt got buzz, bro. Y'all back. I like the energy around the team, man. Shout out to the Pitt Panthers.
I think our hoop squad has a certain sustainability to it right now with Capel.
Okay.
Concerned about the football team.
But y'all got a guy there who's been there, and he won the ACC championship and had Heisman finalists and had a Biletnikoff type guy. He's had all of that within the past 3 years, 5 years, man.
But football's
first round draft picks under his tutelage.
Little bit of a
he's
different game.
He's had multiple first rounders under his tutelage,
with the NI. Well, that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter in terms
talent.
of college football success.
He gets talent. That's what that means. We should
I know.
feel good about
Listen.
He's getting guys.
No.
It's not Penn State. It's not Ohio State. He's at Pitt. He's in between those two schools, and he's carving his own. Like, y'all still legit in the midst of a Penn State and Ohio State, which, from a national perspective, people view them as bigger football schools. But it's like, man, Narduzzi, he be doing this thing, man. He constantly had y'all in that fight. Quarterback play matters, though. Yeah.
Eight,
When he's had
is that what
when
you're
he's
talking
had the
about?
quarterback, though, when he's had Kenny, He did it. And then when my man was healthy, not Slovak? No. The transfer from Bama. When he was healthy, he was cooking. So it's like, you see how my man could do it.
There's just a lot more volatility,
bit,
up and down seasons with the football program. I think it's just the nature of the sport too, and what the NIL is like. I know hoops has the NIL and stuff too, but it just seems like we're a little bit more stable there.
Hoops culture is different. Also,
less things that can go wrong.
With hoop culture, if it's a one and done guy, I think it's agreed upon. Everybody knows that's one and done. Being he's here and he's going to the league. Typically, you weren't dealing with as much of the hopping around transferring basketball-wise because those guys are either getting that type of recruitment coming out of high school, or you see some of them dudes doing the whole, let me do the G League thing, let me do all the different avenues. So it's like you don't feel like I can't go any other way. But with hoops now, it's like, man, on occasion you see a dude transfer, but I don't think there is as much of that. You don't have to have as much of that. But you also can shine a lot easier in basketball, too, compared to the football stuff. If you're a nice hooper, man, it doesn't necessarily matter the pieces around you. I can just be the best dude on this course. Only 5 of us out here. If I can score 30, I can score 30. Whereas with football, we know, hey, man, you might be nice, but you at the wrong school. Your quarterback isn't good here. You could be the best receiver all you want. You're never going to get seen here, so you got to go somewhere else. That's kind of how I think of it.
For Pitt hoops, too, we got a court over on campus. The home atmosphere is better. Just, there's all that plays into it.
Very true, man.
Yeah,
Very
Pitt
true.
football vibes. Yeah, not as cool as the hoops team right now.
No.
Definitely not.
Location matters.
No, it does.
Yeah.
It does. I mean,
Location
you
matters.
see half-empty seats over at Acrisure for big games. It's like, what are we doing?
Yeah, I can stumble over as a student. I can stumble over to the Pete, from wherever I'm at, doing whatever I'm doing, getting ready for the game.
I'm telling you, watch yesterday's game. Look at the atmosphere.
Yeah.
The zoo was popping. It was a blackout too. It was cool. We had the black jerseys on.
That's tough. I like when y'all theme it. I like that. So respect, man.
Yeah, it's just with football, a lot of moving pieces. We're obviously not in Ohio State. We're not one of those type of programs, and we don't have the tradition anymore, the pageantry, like a lot of these other college programs out there. So it's like, there's potential for more ups and downs with the football program here. As we saw,
but y'all still back though.
As
man.
Literally what we saw from the last 2 seasons.
But y'all still back though. Y'all still back.
I can't say
y'all
that
still
fully.
back, man.
I don't have any expectations for football next year outside of beating West Virginia.
Come on. He said, I don't know about anything else, but we're gonna do that one. All right, we're gonna.
I had no expectations going into this year either. I just thought we could be better than the 3-win team in 2023, and we were.
And he said we're gonna beat West Virginia. That's a constant.
No expectations, zero, because we started out 7-0, and then we had a Steelers type of finish.
That's real.
6 losses in a row. Finished 7-6.
That's real.
So we had some highs, had some very bad lows, and then you go to the year before that. Only 3 wins. Year prior to that, had double digits. It's a lot of ups and downs is what I'm saying. Whereas I think Pitt, going forward, we're legit going to be a tourney team year in, year out at least.
I mean, I could dig it, man.
For hoops, yeah.
I could dig it. Like I said, I like it when y'all back. I like it when the hoops teams is hooping the way they supposed to.
I love it when the football team's rolling. It's just
they will.
I don't know, man.
They rolling. They just ain't like full steam ahead rolling.
We got Holstein back. We got Reed back. We got a couple nice pieces back on defense. I'm telling you, though, I like Duggar. So if Holstein doesn't work out, I like Duggar. From here, he showed me something in that bowl game.
Because that's the Penn Hills kid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, heck yeah. Yep. I like it, man. I like it. All right, so update, man. TG is not at 9:30 today. He going to be at 10-ish. All right, y'all know how the homie is. He out here defensive coordinating. Every time I see him posting on IG, I'm like, bro, you at a workout and it's dark outside, so it's probably like 5 in the morning, man. You grinding.
Mama mentality.
No, facts on that. Big time mama mentality, man. Him and Mike Vick. Let's put some respect on head coach Mike Vick, Norfolk State University. They trying to get them boys right down there. So TG will be at 10 o'clock today. But with that though, man, let's go ahead and get this thing rolling because we do want to react, man. We obviously have the final Pro Bowl rosters officially official now, man. So we'll obviously pay our respects to those dudes, man. Talk about what we think about it and things like that. And maybe, hopefully, potentially today we'll get to our in-house free agents. Deke, I know that's something that has been on the docket now, behind the scenes for probably about 2 weeks now. A week, 2 weeks. Yeah. So maybe we get to it. We might. I don't know. But we're flexible. But other than that, if you ready,
Yeah.
I'm ready. Let's start the show like how we always do. Drop it in the comment section where you are tuning in from, so that way we can give you those big boy shout outs to start the day's show. And of course, don't forget to hit that like button one time for the culture and subscribe if you are new to the channel. Hey, Deke, just know my hat is Steelers now, too. I just want you to see me, all right, baby? It's Steelers hat, baby, all right? So we on.
I guess the first time you wore something Steelers in about a month.
Don't you do that, Deke. Don't do that. Man, I had Steelers on when we lost in the playoffs. You know that it was like I like to wear it to the funeral. I'm sick like that. So I had Steelers on. That's why I had the Bills on the other day, because it was their funeral. Yeah. Now I'm back on my Steelers grind. We good. We solid. Come on, man.
Brilla 92 in the crib.
Shout out to
469,
Barilla.
Arlington,
Holy
Texas.
smokes. That's a oldie but goodie right there. Barilla.
Spice Creations, H-Town, Texas.
Shout out to that H-Town.
Lifted Ones, 916, South Sacramento. About to lose De'Aaron Fox.
Oh, yeah, I did see that. They said he's open to trade now. They say he's open to trade, and then Myles Garrett is not open to being traded. Or they're not looking to trade Myles Garrett. Big names out there, though, man. Big names.
Wants to team up with Wemby.
Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Oh. Him, CP, and Wemby? I don't hate it. Or you moving CP out of there then?
I'm moving whoever. I don't care.
Deer is nice. I'm with you on that.
If it takes CP,
I'm with
so
you on
be
that.
it.
I'm about to say Deer. Nice, baby. We definitely ain't tripping on him.
Tell CP he can add to the jersey collection.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Put him in that Lakers unit. You know it's about time.
Brandon Griffin, the 864, Greenville, South Carolina.
Shout out to
Says,
Greenville.
Go Green.
Let's go. Now, he's saying go green like Eagles green? What does he mean go green?
I think just Greenville.
Oh, okay. Cool. Just got to double check. You never know.
Maybe he's telling us to be more environmentally safe.
You know I'm plant-based, baby. I'm Mr. Green. All right? You don't get more green than Green Daddy over here. Holy smokes. But, yeah. Shout out to the green people. And we got a plant in there. It's plant. Boom. Green.
Couple more. Radalis, 330, Youngstown, Ohio.
Shout out to Youngstown. Hold on, Deke. Can I get in here, bro? You be taking all the names, man. I got to get in because Lifted Ones is in here in the 916 South Sac. All right. That is Sacramento. You know, light the beam. Spice Creations. I think you already said H-Town, but either way, shout out to H-Town. I'm too saucy for you in the 601. Shout out to that. Flow Grown 420 in the 352. San Antonio, Florida. Shout out to San Antonio, Florida. Jamal McCullum in the 254, Killeen, Texas. Shout out to Killeen, Texas in the building. All right. Usually that's where Leah Warren be pulling up from. And shout out to Leah, always tapping into the 254. And then after that, man, Michael G in the 407, Orlando. And he says, Najee for $8 million. I don't hate it. I like the 8 million target. Like that number. All right. And then last one on my end, James Capel, 619, San Diego. And he says, Russ to the Raiders. Confirmed. How we living? Deke, man. I think that's a perfect intro for the first topic, man. We have Pro Bowlers, Deke. We got Pro Bowlers outside, Deke. How you feeling, man? What was the thought process, baby? Russell Wilson officially named to the Pro Bowl. Isaac Seumalo officially named to the Pro Bowl. That gives us a total of 6 individuals named to the Pro Bowl. The original gang of Pro Bowlers, TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, Cam Hayward, and Chris Boswell. Excuse me, I meant to say 7 because we've added Miles Killebrew, who was an injury replacement for special teams, along with adding Russell Wilson, who replaces Josh Allen, who's dealing with a little hand inflammation. All right. And then Isaac Seumalo, who will be replacing Trey Smith, who obviously is with the Chiefs. So unfortunately, he'll be a little preoccupied for the game. But we got 2 more in the building, man. We got a whole 7-piece of Pro Bowlers, Deke. We got a Pro Bowl quarterback and a Pro Bowl left guard. How we got Pro Bowlers at the positions that we are feeling about right now? Talk to me, baby. How you feeling, man?
Who cares?
Come on, baby. Come on, take. Yeah. If it would have been another name, would have been like, hey, that's fire. Or we could have been like, hey, bro, how you get that Pro Bowl is who, bro? Because we see it goes both ways. You know it go both ways. Think we got 2 more of that thing, though. Deke. We got 2 more of that thing. Deke, come on, man.
Who cares? No, because even if it was Kenny, and we talked about that his rookie year, I laid it out there very firmly that it wasn't deserving. I think we were at that point, whenever we were talking about Kenny, we were on like the 8th alternate. My big complaint was that Tyler Huntley got in over Kenny. That was my big complaint. If Tyler Huntley got in, then yes, Kenny Pickett was very deserving that year to get in.
I'm just saying, bro. We got a Pro Bowl today. We got the first Pro Bowl quarterback since your boy, Ben Roethlisberger, bro. First Pro Bowl quarterback since Big Ben in the black and gold, bro. Deke, I promise, I instantly thought he would. I said, "Oh, hold on."
Let me put this in perspective for you.
Hey, yo. I love it.
Russell Wilson and Drake May for the 2024
man.
seasons
will
go down as Pro Bowlers, but Patrick Mahomes won't. There you go.
Hey, look. Russ is the first alternate, though. Think about the early.
Sure?
I don't think first alternate because Mahomes Super Bowl, so that's why he didn't go. But
because you still had like a Herbert
Lamar
out there.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. How
you
many?
Had a Bo Nix.
Bo would have went. Bo's a rookie. Bo for certain would have went.
Rodgers, yeah,
Rodgers would have went. Those who for certain would have went.
Rodgers at 5-12. I could see why he didn't get the nod, but
yeah, we could go down that list. I'm like, who you gonna put Trevor Lawrence in there? No.
I mean, all those guys. A Stroud, a little down year for him, but like those guys are, I think, in the mix in the Russell Wilson category.
That's fair. Yeah.
Like I think Russ has a case if you're going down to whatever he was in this equation, like the 5th alternate.
See, you throwing the 5th. I don't think he was that far down, bro. I don't think he was.
Well, you're right. Definitely Mahomes. Yeah. And then after that,
because I'm like, if Bo was a rookie, bro.
I mean, I wouldn't be
like Drake May.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't be surprised if like Bo Nix or Herbert or one of those guys got the ask and denied it. Because you also got Drake May in. That's the other thing.
So that's the part where I say, why would Bo Nix pull out then? You see what I mean?
Yeah, that's a great question because he definitely deserves it over Drake May. Herbert over Drake May.
I can see Herbert
Rodgers
over
Drake May.
I can see Herbert pulling out.
Stroud over Drake May. Pretty much anyone over Drake May. He only had 2,200 yards and 15 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Hey, man.
Drake May shouldn't be in there.
Hey, Drake May is your Tyler Huntley. I see how you feel. He's your Tyler Huntley right now.
Drake May is more deserving than Tyler Huntley.
That's what to say. He's still playing well, bro. It was rookie. It was rookie. This the Mac Jones. I don't know who.
Mac Jones was more deserving than Drake May.
I wish we could have known. I wish we knew who pulled out all the way, like in terms of the list. Because I was like, with the rest of them, I'm like, okay, if you give me Herbert, sure. I was like, but outside of that, we suck. All right, Stroud. Like, is that other than that? I'm like, everybody else, I can see why Russ would be in there over that guy. But I was definitely laughing. I said, oh, hold on, bro. We got Pro Bowlers in here.
Like I said, who cares? I mean, who cares?
But you would rather have him than not, though.
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to complain about Steelers making the Pro Bowl.
We'd much rather have him than we would have, bro.
But I also don't really care that much. It's not, like, really deserving like that. Let's just be honest. Seumalo, maybe.
So why say Seumalo, baby, but not Russ, bro?
Either way, no, I just don't. I mean, even when I saw the Seumalo Pro Bowl, I said, "Who cares?" It's not even about. It's not even like that.
This is his first Pro Bowl ever. So I'm like, it matters to him. When I saw James Cook get the nod, because Derrick Henry said, I was like, this is the second one, but this is the one that a lot of Bills people were like, yo, he's supposed to have been in for that one. So like, Pro Bowl matters, man. To the fan bases, it matters, man. When you got your guy in there.
Well, at least Cook's deserving. Yeah. Like that was a Pro Bowl type of season, even though he didn't get on the initial votes. Whereas Russ, we're talking about him being the 5th or 6th alternate here. That's the reason he got in. Mahomes isn't, like I said, Mahomes isn't a Pro Bowler this year.
We don't know how many alternates he was. We're throwing out 5th and 6th. Mahomes isn't a Pro Bowler because he's in the Super Bowl.
He's not going to get recognized as a Pro Bowler.
This is fair, but he's going to get recognized for something way bigger than that.
Yeah, he doesn't care. That's my point.
Way bigger fish to fry.
That's my point.
But that's why Mahomes
don't give a shit about the Pro Bowl.
But that's why Mahomes is Mahomes. We're all chasing that. All right, that's clear. We all want one of those. We're going to try to find one of those. But the Pro Bowl does at least give us the illusion that you're closer to that than not to that. I was like, hey, shout out to the Pro Bowl,
Like you
man.
said, illusion. Illusion. Fantasyland. We finished the season 0-5. The offense couldn't put up more than 17 points in those 5 games.
And we got 2 dudes added to the Pro Bowl after all that. I said, hey, yo. Guard and quarterback. Oh, man. Shout out to the Pro Bowl, bro. Shout out to the Pro Bowl, man. Shout out to the dudes, though, Deke. Come on, man.
I mean, I don't know. It's definitely not Tyler Huntley level of undeserving. It's like, I think it's a tier above like the Jameis Winston or Tyrod Taylor making the Pro Bowl. It's a tier above
Why
that.
you got to throw Tyrod in the combo, bro? Tyrod ain't done nothing to nobody, man. Why his Pro Bowl got to come into question?
Those Pro Bowls.
Why does Tyrod's Pro Bowl got to come into question, man? Put Jameis's Pro Bowl into question. Put Tyler Huntley's Pro Bowl into question. Leave Tyrod's away, though, man. All right, leave him away.
I think it's a tier above.
Man. Put Mac Jones' Pro Bowl in there. All right, talk about his Pro Bowl. Don't talk about Tyrod's Pro Bowl.
I think it's kind of on the Mac Jones level. It's around there because Mac Jones' rookie year actually
it was
he did play decent.
Yeah,
he was a few alternates down too.
Yeah.
So I think that's where Russ is, especially when you compare him to the other guys we're talking about being alternates. Herbert, Bo Nix. Russ obviously didn't play in as many games, but if you put him over to 17-game sample, he's right around those guys statistically.
Yeah. And then even in that like same full sense, it's like he still was 2-1 total touchdowns to turnovers. It was 20 total touchdowns he had to the 10 total turnovers would have been with the 6 picks and the 4 fumbles lost. So I mean, with that, I'm like, that's still good numbers for what the situation was. It wasn't great, and that's largely why we still having the convo about who we going to be investing in this offseason, if that's him, if that's Fields, if that's whoever. But it still was good, and that's my own thing. It's like, all right, man, shout out to a good season, but we know in terms of the Pittsburgh Steelers, we're not just looking for good, we're looking for great. That's what we're chasing. But I do like at least the acknowledgement for them type of dudes, man, and it just adds to the allure of even on our down years, even the dudes that we don't like, they're still Pro Bowlers. They're still nicer than your guys. So I do like that. Shout out to the Pro Bowlers, Deke. Shout out to the Pro Bowlers. Get you a Pro Bowl jersey, bro. That's what you gotta get you, man. This is your Russell Wilson Pro Bowl jersey, man. You want to?
That's not on the docket.
Come on, man. The Russ Pro Bowl. You haven't seen a Pro Bowl quarterback jersey since Ben, your guy. Your guy was the last one, and now we got another one. And he's an old quarterback like you like. You like those proven hardware Super Bowl. You like them dudes, man. So you get this one, and then next year when Rodgers is here, then you get the Rodgers jersey when he get the Pro Bowl too. See, I like it. I already peeped it, bro. I'm with you.
Rodgers ain't coming here.
Because he just seen a Pro Bowl. He seen how it works. He say, bro, if I go here, I can get a Pro Bowl.
I'm telling you, all these dudes must have denied going to the Pro Bowl if Drake May made it.
I think the Drake May part, maybe. But for Russ, I'm like, bro, it's not like all the quarterbacks, or it wasn't like multiple, like, oh, Josh Aaron. It's like, it was just that.
And maybe you got to think about when the voting was taking place. I think it kind of peaked before our demise. So
they ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah,
they ain't nothing wrong with that.
I think we were sitting at 10-3.
Yeah,
Russ was cooking.
He was hot. Yeah,
I could understand why the fan voting and maybe some of the buzz was going more towards Russell Wilson compared to some of these other guys.
Deke, I love it, bro. I love it.
I mean, that would make sense. No, it would. Drake May still
Drake May got you hot, bro. Drake May is like, I don't see how that would
over Rodgers, Herbert,
all these other dudes, but not that one.
Even C.J. Stroud. Hell, I don't even want to bring this name up, but Tua even had better stats in his limited time playing this year.
Hey, bro. I like it, bro. They was fighting, man. Like, hey, shout out to the Drake Mays of the world, bro. Shout out to the Drake Mays of the world. Yeah,
that's the Drake May Pro Bowl. That's it's
Pro
still
Bowl.
higher than Tyler Huntley, but you're talking about definitely in the Jameis Winston, Tyrod category. Probably actually worse than those.
Yeah, because I would say his numbers were like, it's like
2,200 yards, 15 touchdowns, 10 picks.
Yeah, it was like very, very close touchdown to interception. But
so probably less deserving than the Jameis Winston, Tyrod Taylor Pro Bowl.
Stop throwing Tyrod here. Tyrod had he led a
Drake
team
May
to the Pro Bowl.
Squarely in between the Huntley Pro Bowl and the Jameis Winston, Tyrod Taylor.
He led the team to the playoff. He led the Bills to the playoffs. All right, that was a playoff-led Pro Bowl quarterback right there. All right, let my dog Tyrod live a little bit, man. All right, he wasn't god awful. He was looking good. Now the other ones you bringing up, I agree with you. I agree with you on James. I agree with you on Huntley. All right, I agree with you on that. I'm sure we could go back in the archives with some other quarterbacks that got some Pro Bowls and be like, hey, bro, how'd you get that one? But,
Daltons were scams.
I didn't realize this was Russ' 10th Pro Bowl, bro. 10th. I said, God dang, you running the thing up.
Honestly, this is kind of, in a way, kind of like Cam's last year.
Oh,
Cam making a Pro Bowl, Marquise Pouncey making the Pro Bowl in his final season. It's kind of like that vibe. He gets it off the reputation for sure.
Okay, well, that's the steal away because Minka got his. He's starting off with a strength, and we felt how we felt at times this year. But it's like, yo,
I like Minka getting it though. I just think he played good this year.
That's fair. A lot of people were surprised that he was the starter though. That's all. It was like, hold on, how did that don't? Yeah. People ain't really see how the math is mathing all the way. But I say when you got that black and gold, Lord, man, hey, it comes with it. So I ain't tripping on it. It comes with it. And I like the fact Miles Killer, we're keeping our special teams alive as well, man. All right, him and the Boz, man.
Yeah, good for him.
Shout out to the Pro Bowlers.
Good for Russ.
Man.
Good for Seumalo.
Shout out to the Pro Bowlers, man. I like it. Right,
what does it mean, really? Nothing.
I was gonna say,
when it comes to
does this change
our ultimate
how you
goal?
negotiate? Does this
No.
change your perception on who you're deciding on? What does this weigh in any capacity of the Fields versus Russ versus the Field?
Absolutely not.
Argument. Okay, we on the same page.
Hell, if Russ made the Pro Bowl, I mean, maybe Fields should have been in the mix.
I'm sure he was in consideration if Drake got in. If Drake got in, he got to be.
Yeah,
in consideration,
maybe actually
bro.
that would have been.
He had to be in consideration.
Russ and Fields both make the Pro Bowl. That would have been something.
Well, Minnesota, both of their they had two off-ball linebackers make it. They was like literally it was Van Ginkel and the other dude. I'm like, y'all side by side. How that? All right, I see it. And then I think it was
quarterback a little different given only one can play.
This is very true. But we had at the same time we had. I apologize for that one. Yeah, but we had two of them dudes ball out this year at various points in times. They had a large enough sample size. Yeah. Respect though, man. Respect to the Pro Bowlers. I like it. I like it, bro. I like it. Just add it up, Deke. We just add it up, man. Just add it up. All right. Well, let's get to the next thing, man. I think we got some supers that just popped up. I think we got some supers, maybe. Yeah. All right, Deke, what you got for us on the supers then, man? What we going with first?
Zay Breezy says trade GP for a first or a second and draft Ibuka. Sign Devontae Adams.
Okay. Well, first off, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe. Shout out to the homie Zay Breezy as well. I do like what he's talking about with some of those receivers, man. I've briefly started tapping in on some of those dudes and some of those prospects, man. Yeah, I can see why you a little bit intrigued by Ibuka. I can see some of the appeal of some of these dudes in the first. But I don't necessarily like the appeal of moving on from GP. I don't know if those dudes coming out are giving me GP's production as a whole. But I think if you're pairing it with something, I think those dudes are capable in that capacity in terms of the year one element.
Yeah, I go back and forth on the GP trade. It's just all about how the Steelers feel about his behavior and whether or not they think it's going to improve, whether or not they think he could be a Steeler receiver and do everything and embody what it means to be that, like take on that leadership role.
That is real.
Of being a second contract guy here. I think like that's the type of stuff we're talking about, or I'm thinking about when discussing trading GP. It's not about the play. It's not about who he actually is as a receiver on the field. So that's like the X factor thing in all this. I don't know exactly what's all going on behind the scenes and what the Steelers are saying about that aspect.
That is real, especially when you're talking about just when you fork over money and the money that he would be looking for and that you would be compensating him, and rightfully so too. It is more than just what you do on the field. It is about your leadership. It is about, are you a guy that we can trust that's going to set a certain culture or keep the culture that we currently have set? Are you going to be able to make that a constant and improve it? If not, then we're going to have concerns about you. We're going to have hesitancy or we're going to be a little bit more hesitant about, investing in you to that extent. Right now, the investment isn't costing them $12 million a year, or $20 million a year, or whatever that number might be for him on his second contract. So you put up with a lot more. You are a little bit more lenient also in terms of what you will turn a blind eye to at times. But when you start paying even more money, the impact of that, the impact of what that means to this player and that player culturally, because they're also seeing this now when it's their turn to get paid, they're going to say, well, shoot, this dude got paid. He started saying what he wanted to do and what he wanted to do. Like, why can't I do that? And we kind of already seen how that played out from a negative perspective where we were working from the AB culture, right? And now it's like, all right, we kind of moved on from the TikTok culture. We moved on from DJ and kind of his culture. And now it's GP time. And we're trying to figure out, all right, what's the direction we're about to go in? Now, the positive from my eyes is at least Mr. Rooney still seems like he wants GP here. And he understands that receivers of his caliber, yeah, usually they are a little, temperamental at times. And you got to have a little bit more patience with them, a little bit more grace when, handling those dudes. It's kind of how I took him when he was talking about it. But it did seem like, once again, that that's a guy that he wants to still be here versus having GP be shipped off and move some roads. But he didn't say he wanted to necessarily pay him this offseason. But he did say that he wanted to, kind of figure out how to keep him. So I like that idea.
Yeah, I don't think that's the wrong approach either.
Yeah.
Let's not do this contract extension and see how Pickens handles it. If he handles it poorly, then your decision's made way easier.
It was valid, yeah.
You could just trade him then.
Mm-hmm.
Just trade him. Year left on the contract, although you're risking hurting his value depending on how he reacts to not getting the contract, and because teams around the league will see that.
Mm-hmm.
And Pickens, the asking price for Pickens will probably go down because they'll see that and be like, we don't gotta trade for Pickens that bad. Like, look how he's acting over with the Steelers. Like, we're not necessarily signing up for that and being real happy of potentially bringing something like that in. So we'll see.
Yeah.
See what happens with Pickens, man. It seems like he wants to be here too, going back to him responding to that Instagram post from last week.
Mm-hmm.
But the actions got to speak louder at this point.
Yeah, that's real. But I'm just like, man, of all the things, of all the people that were talked about, I'm like, man, if you are GP, you feel really good about what Mr. Rooney said. You feel optimistic. If you're on the D line, you're feeling very concerned, and you should feel like your job could be in danger because he said he wasn't all the way satisfied with that, and that needs to be better. And, when you think about when he's talked about the quarterback room like that before, we had 3 new quarterbacks. He's talked about linebackers before. We had all new linebackers. It's like every time he talks about certain position groups, we seen O-line, how many times we done went to that well as well. It's like, man, all right, said D-line. Seemed like we be targeting that, or whether it's in free agency or in the draft early. Just like, yeah, when the boss man is saying that, So that's why I'm like, if you GP and the boss man spoke on you on a positive, like, man, don't blow this opportunity, man.
Sure.
Because clearly he still wants you here. It's not like
we're trying to trade you.
Right.
Whether or not we give you this contract extension, different story.
That's different. Yeah.
But we're not trying to trade you. You still got an opportunity here.
Yeah. So please don't mess it up, man.
Right, because reputation's big. You start getting traded around.
You see, Deontay is a prime example.
Deontay and Claypool.
It's a prime example.
Exactly.
Man.
I mean, even Juju to an extent. I know he played good with Kansas City, but it's just like your value ain't the same as what it was when you were just here with the Steelers and getting 800-900 yards a year.
Now
you're viewed much higher across the league.
Yeah. Now Juju is almost viewed as exclusively a Chiefs receiver. Like, that's where we see you work the best, but we also see you with Mahomes. So that's where he's pretty much going to be right now. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that for him, I'm supposing, but I'm with you. It's very different than how he was perceived or viewed just league-wide leaving here versus where he's at right now, man. But shout out to the homie, though.
Wanted to read this comment real quick. Jay Cole asked, did Broderick get a Pro Bowl too?
Negative. All right. Listen, I
might as well have.
No, and that's the part that I love about the Pro Bowl. It's kind of like when we talk, the Pro Bowl is the equivalent of a 1,000-yard rusher, okay? We always say everybody can do it, anybody can do it, but for some reason, everybody doesn't do it, and everybody doesn't, get these Pro Bowl nods. So shout out to the fact that the easy thing that anybody could do, our guys were able to do it. In terms of Russ, in terms of Seumalo, in terms of Killebrew, in terms of Boz, in terms of Killer Cam, in terms of Minka, and in terms of TJ. All right, so shout out to the fellas. Shout out to the guys. But we got Pro Bowlers, Deke. We got a Pro Bowl quarterback. First time since Ben Roethlisberger. Remember that, man.
We got Adar Gazar, 757, throwing another Pickens trade at us. Says, I think we should get T. Higgins, trade Pickens to the Jets, give him a second rounder for Garrett Wilson, reuniting him with Fields, the Ohio State connection. Pickens and a second rounder for Wilson. I think we're getting hauled there.
I was like, man, I would give the second for Wilson. I don't want to give up Pickens and the second. Yeah, I'm with you. It was one or the other. It's either Pickens for Wilson and, all right, maybe Pickens in the seventh for Wilson.
Pickens and something, sure, yeah. But a second round pick.
I'm not doing the second. God. Yeah, if I'm doing the second, I just want him straight up. Yeah.
Yeah, have Garrett Wilson, Pickens, and Higgins.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah, I ain't tripping on that at all. Yep. And then I'm going to go ahead and draft me my D lineman in the first. Yeah, I'll be going about my business now. Now I'm feeling good.
Right.
Yep.
Maybe trade up, get that guy from Michigan, Mason Graham.
Yep. I ain't hating it. You already, we could see it. We could see it coming together.
I could live with him, Benton, and Cam Hayward for the next year.
We could see that coming together. Come on, man.
Brilla 92, are the changes in the room with us? Was Mike T talking about using players better? Example, Minka. Why do we commit so hard to players and let them walk in free agency?
It's not that we commit so hard and let them walk. I think it's just the circle of like NFL contracts and business life, man. Some of these things, it's like, yeah, at the time, this player fit well and you commit the money to him because at the time, if you don't, he's able to hit the market. And if he hits the market, now you lose that player. And yeah, you got this cash, but now you got a big hole you need to fill. So that's why at times you'll see us lean into certain players a little bit more, but then we'll move off of them. And it's like, all right, well, what was the point of paying this dude? What was the point of committing to him if we were going to move off? And it's just the timing of it, man. That's all.
Flowgrown 420, all jokes aside, if we go with Fields and he doesn't work out, do we trust him to at least help develop a rookie quarterback over us? No.
So we don't trust him to develop a rookie quarterback.
No, he's playing for his job.
That's real.
That's the last thing on his mind. We're trying to see if he can develop
first. Because I think he's saying in this. He's
not going to be a dick to whoever if we draft someone, like if we draft Will Howard or something like that. He's not going to be a dick to him, but in terms of like providing Hall of Fame wisdom or like franchise quarterback wisdom, I don't think he necessarily has that just yet.
Deke said, how can he give him info that he don't even know this shit? How you gonna mention this dude on being that if you ain't even done that shit? How the hell that's gonna work, Deke? How the heck you gonna do that one? Shout out to the homie. That is valid, bro. That is valid. I think dang, Deke, you gotta kill him like that. But
I'm on Fields' side with this.
I am too.
We're just being honest. If we're keeping Fields, we're not looking for him to be developing the next guy. We're looking for him to potentially be the guy.
But I think the problem is this, man. The way that it's talked about, the assumption is if we stick with Fields, we're going to draft a young quarterback. And if you're drafting a young quarterback, if it is a Jalen Milroe or if it is a Will Howard or if it is somebody that necessarily isn't viewed as a day one he starts, then yeah, part of the assumption is like, yo, this dude is in a way gonna have to mentor this guy. In a way, he is gonna have to lead this dude. In a way, he's competing with him, but he's also part of helping this guy develop because this is a young guy who's coming into the league. And for that young guy, yeah, he wants to compete. Yeah, he wants to play, but he's also gonna be looking for leadership. He's also gonna be looking for direction because he's never played at this level before. He's never been a franchise quarterback or a QB1 for a NFL team. So there are certain things where, yeah, he is going to have to be, doing some of that. But yeah, that's not priority one for Fields, though. Absolutely not. Priority one for Fields needs to be, yo, come on here and cook. Whereas for Russ can focus on that.
Try to stave off whoever we draft. Yeah. So you're the one that gets the contract. You're the one that could be the guy for the next 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah.
That's what Fields' goal is.
Yeah. For Russ, though, man, it's like you can kind of do both, but he's at a further, like, where he's at in his career is just different. So the focus, the mindset, the way we would approach it, yeah. I mean, shoot. The other part I was laughing at, too, is like, we know if it's Russ, the same way when it was Fields, when we signed both of them, the conversation instantly shifted to, man, Russ will be the starter for first 10 games, and at the end of the season, we're going to shift it to Fields, right? He'll get us over the hump. That was, if everything would have went perfectly, that was how people had it kind of played out. That works when you have the older with the younger. You can have that optimism. You can, be open to that. But now, if it's Justin Fields and we like, hey, Justin Fields will be the quarterback for like the first, half of the season. Then after that, man, we got the rookie right here, man. The younger, he's going to take over at the end. That does not sit the same. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like for Fields, that's a way different energy compared to how Russ was taking that same type of energy right there.
Although I think it would have been the same, because if we would have went with Fields at the end of the year, let's say Russ is healthy at the start of the season, and after 10 games, 11 games, we bench Russ for Fields. I think that's due to Russ's play being bad. And I think it would be the same way with Fields here. If we're benching Fields middle of the season and going with like a Milrow after 10, 11 weeks, it's probably just because Fields ain't playing that good. I think Russ, if he just would have played good all season and fully healthy, I don't know if we're even talking about Fields, right? It's not. I don't think we would have done like the changing of the guard.
Yeah.
Middle of the season, Fields
just for the sake of doing it.
Take us to the next level, win more games for us. If Russ is playing good and we're winning games with Russ.
That's real.
Because, I mean, we weren't even thinking about that either. Like, whenever Russ was cooking, we were 10-3. Like, that wasn't even a thought. We were talking about signing Russ to a $50 million contract.
It was right around Christmas. That was about the third one. And it was like, hold on now. Something ain't looking right. Something don't smell right. Hey, this don't taste right. And, here we are. But he's a Pro Bowler, though. He did get in that Pro Bowl. Deke, just give him respect on that Pro Bowl, man. First one since Ben Roethlisberger. Remember that. That's a gold jacket guy, too. Ben Hall of Famer. We ain't had a Pro Bowler since the Hall of Famer. Just remember that. Yeah, it's been a long time.
Again.
Long time.
Means nothing.
A long time.
Zay Breezy says, resign Tutu by any means possible.
I don't like any means possible.
If not, get Chubb.
I don't like any means possible. I don't. Not for either one of them dudes, if we be real. I don't want any means possible for Nick Chubb or Najee Harris. I like both running backs. I think both are valuable, but I think both are only valuable at the right price point. You know my number for Najee is 10 or less. I think he's worth 10, but I don't want to pay him more than 10. Now, if I could get him for 8, I love it. Chubb's kind of the same way, but I don't think Chubb is coming for, crazy cheap either.
I don't know why we'd even want Chubb right now.
He's banged. I would say he's coming back from the knee. Like, it was the feel-good story, and he did play well at times, but it's like, bro, you ain't played in the whole season just yet. This is, like, still fresh.
Yeah, outside of just pissing off Browns fans.
We could do that.
I don't know why I'd want
we got
Chubb.
way other ways we could do that. We don't got to go that way. Yeah. Go sign Jerry Jeudy or something.
Yeah, if you got him on the cheap, maybe flyer. It's still Nick Chubb. His name's still Nick Chubb.
This is true.
Another year removed from the injury. Almost like bringing in Aaron Rodgers.
It's kind of like getting a Pro Bowl.
What?
You said Nick Chubb. It's still Nick Chubb. It's like bringing in Aaron Rodgers. It's like I said, it's like a Pro Bowl. It still matters. It feels a little bit. You feel a little bit.
You're just wondering if he still has gas left in the tank. Yeah. I'm not doing it for feel good. I'm doing it to see if you got gas left in the tank and really be good for us and be Nick Chubb.
Do you think he still has gas that can
No,
still
I
be
don't.
Nick? I was about to say that's what
I
said.
actually don't.
Yeah, I really don't. As much as I would love
I think
for the
Rodgers,
story.
going back to Rodgers, though, I actually do think he has gas left in the tank. And
if I had to take a bet,
can't be a top 10 guy next year.
If I had to take a bet, I'm going Rodgers on that bet. Yeah, I'm with you. But I also think Rodgers, position-wise, is easier.
Way more involved.
Yeah. And it's Rodgers, too, man. Rodgers, like, we know who Rodgers is. But at the same time, Chubb is, I guess, one of those type of running backs also. Like when we talk about Saquon, we talk about McCaffrey, we talk about
He
Henry.
was until he got hurt.
Yeah, seriously.
Legitimately, he was top 3 running back.
Yeah. And that
Year
was
in and year out.
Yeah. So if there's anybody that could do it, I would side in there. From a running back standpoint, I would side with him on that. And the fact that he even has made it back once again from a devastating injury to his leg, man, it's like, man, a true testament to him. But I got to see that to believe it all the way.
I would have to assume Chubb would just never sign here, though. not only because of the Browns-Steelers rivalry, but also the fact that he
Minka did it.
right.
Minka did it to him. Like, it wasn't a dirty Minka play, but Minka did it. So it's like, yo, if you shot me, I don't want to come over there and join you. No, I don't care about that. Like, yo, you shot me. No. I would be interested. We should ask Peasy. Peasy, would you have ever signed with Denver? All right. Would you have ever considered playing for the Denver Broncos full time? You know what I mean? Like, I'm just curious. Because he was very adamant about they shot him in Denver. So I just wanted to know. Hey, P, I've asked Peasy a lot of questions in my lifetime. That's the one I need to ask him next time I talk to him. Peasy, would you have ever considered signing with Denver? Even though they shot you out there? Would you consider it? Because I don't think Chubb would have come over here, bro. I don't think he would do it.
Yeah.
Or if he do, it's like, yo, where's Minka at? Minka, where you at? I got to talk to you. Yeah.
And I'm obviously good moving off of Najee. So I don't know if, for me, Najee or Chubb's really the answer in my book.
Yeah.
Go with the draft. J.K. Dobbins might be the best guy in free agency.
Is he really? Is that where we at?
I'd take him over Najee, but
Okay. I just don't like his availability. That's my
fair.
big knock on
That's
him. I
fair.
feel like he's nice as heck, and I was a fan of him when he got drafted to Baltimore, and I like when he went to the Chargers as well. But it's like,
he played really
this
good
dude
with the
just
Chargers.
can't stay healthy though, man.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's not saying the running back market right now isn't that great,
Yeah.
but the draft class is good. Pick up a couple guys there. 3rd rounder, 6th rounder.
Hey man, shout out to the dudes, man.
Banacanda.
Oh,
I'm staying on that.
I was about to say, yo, you.
I got
that's your guy,
TG's backing on that too. A West Virginia guy. He knows how good a Banacanda is.
This is also true. So a Banacanda. All right. I can dig it. Shoot, I was over here, man, seeing if old coach was ready. Still ain't hit his back just yet. So trying to think, do we want to go ahead and start this next topic all the way? Decisions. I give him a couple more minutes before we hop into that next one. Because I feel like you know how it's going to be. We're going to get right into the heart of the free agency thing. Hey, I'm ready now. I'm good.
All right, I'll read a couple comments here. Dylan G says, I love Najee, but I don't see any scenario where he stays in Pittsburgh.
Is there really a scenario? Because if you're Pittsburgh, we
pay him.
No, but I'm saying just based off of what
I don't think we're out on him.
communicated.
I think we're probably going to lowball him.
That's what I'm saying.
We're probably not going to give him what he wants.
So if I just feel like us lowballing is essentially.
But I don't know if us.
On him,
what if us lowballing him is actually a decent number and no one else really values Najee like that in the open market?
If he lowballs it, our lowball is 5, but open market views him as a $2.5 to $3 million running back, which I don't agree with.
Well,
but
we wouldn't be offering him 5 then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm just
Con
thinking, like,
ain't dumb like that.
Is that what it is? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
No, I'm saying like we lowball him, like 6 or something, and his market out there is like 7, 7.5.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe he's just like, I'll stay with the Steelers.
I mean, I could see him wanting to stay here, and by wanting to stay here, you would be open to taking a little bit less. That's definitely something that happens. I already told you about my situation. Could have had more in Atlanta. We took less because we just loved being here. We loved the staff. We loved the organization. So for Nas, she could have a similar approach. Just like, yo, if I could go get 2 or 3 more M's there, but if you don't feel like it's going to be best for your career, if you don't feel like it's going to be something that makes you feel, good about the situation as a whole, family included, because I know that was one of the things that I factored in with my decision to stay was the family part. Like, I didn't want to have to do the wifey live in one place, I'm living in somewhere else with the kid, or, well, she has the kids and, I'm over here playing somewhere else. So that was a part of it. But if you're Naj, I don't know how much of that type of stuff factors in for him. But it's a lot that goes into switching, organizations, man, because you uprooting now. And he's been here for, 4 years, man.
Right.
And this is the only place he's known professionally as well, man. And that does count for something, man, when you talk about being drafted somewhere and him being the first round draft pick, the amount of love that he has felt organizationally, he is not going to get anywhere close to that type of love anywhere else. But he might believe that he could. And Hopefully, if it does, it works out for him.
Yeah, because I'll be honest, I don't even know how much he likes being here.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I think
feel
he
like
likes the
media,
teammates.
I think he likes the organization. I think it's the media and the fan base that wears on him. But that's any play. We always say the same thing. We always say, hey, man, love the team, love my coaches, love the organization. Fans and media, it's like, yo, it's flavor of the week. Like, yo, do y'all rock with me this week or y'all don't rock with me this week?
We did deny him that 5th-year option.
Yeah.
And that was not really like that high of a dollar amount.
Yeah.
What was it, 6.9?
It wasn't crazy. Heck yeah. But the flip side, they didn't alter his touches to depreciate the market even more so. They still allowed him to get his patented 1,000-yard season. He was even
it's
able
definitely more beneficial
to
to the Steelers, though.
I think in both ways
It's a win-win, but I think
Yeah.
it does feel a little bit more beneficial to the Steelers, especially if we have the mindset of we're not picking up your 5th-year option. We're open to moving off of you.
I think both parties win with it. For the Steelers, you want the production. You want the 1,000-yard season. You want to use up as much of him as you can while he's cheap. You did that successfully 4 years in a row. If you're Najee, you wanted to prove that I'm durable, I'm consistent, and once again, another new coordinator. Once again, another new quarterbacks, plural. Once again, another 6th, 7th, maybe 8th different offensive line combination that I've run behind. And yet and still, I'm the constant. I've had the same running mate in the backfield with me now for the past 2 years. In terms of Jaylen Warren, actually 3 years. He still hasn't surpassed me either. I'm still that constant. You brought in another dude from outside the organization, Cordell Patterson, somebody that the coordinator really likes. He still couldn't surpass me. So for Naj, it's like that's the feel-good part for him. That's the validation for him. But now market-wise, we're going to see how, what that means, what that matters. But I think both sides should feel good about how it worked out.
Yeah, I think it was a win-win, probably from a business standpoint. All right, we going TG, or he saying anything?
Man, I ain't seen nothing back, man. All right, we about to go ahead and start something else, man. Because, I think my dog is working.
Okay.
He might be working. And we understand that. Sometimes you got to work. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to work. He recruiting right now. Hey, shout out to Kenneth Moses, man. He says, man, TG can't call right now. He's out Cavalier Manor recruit. Hey, yo, shout out to Cavalier Manor. If you know about the man, all right? Man, that was the first place I got hurt playing rec ball at Deke, Cavalier Manor, man. They had these teams called the Spartans, bro. They were the Chiefs of rec ball back then, all right? They were the Chiefs of rec ball. Yeah, Cavalier Manor Spartans. Never forget them, boys. Never forget them. Shout out to them dudes over there. All right, all righty. But let's go ahead. Let me get this set up.
What is this, the free agency?
Yeah. We're going to talk some of these free agents, man. Like I said, since waiting on the homie TG, go ahead and get to this next topic, man. So like I said, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture, and don't forget to subscribe either. If you are new to the channel, man, we have not had a chance to address our in-house free agents, man, potential upcoming guys, all right? So let me get that all the way back. There it is. Had to get my notes back in order, man. I was waiting on the homie. We was planning for something different, Deke. You know what I'm saying?
All right, I got the list pulled up.
All right. Shout out to my dog. All righty then, Deke. You want to go ahead and read off our unrestricted guys and then get to our restricted fella as well, por favor?
Yeah. We got Mike Williams, James Daniels, Dante Jackson, Justin Fields, Nate Herbig, Landon Roberts, Najee Harris, DeMonte Casey, Scotty Miller, Van Jefferson, Kyle Allen, Michael Pruitt, Russ, Cam Sutton, Tyler Medikevich, James Pierre, Max Sharping, Calvin Anderson, CJ Henderson, forgot about him, Ben Skoranek, Dan Moore, Isaiah Loudermilk, Jeremiah Moon, he's restricted. McCollum restricted, or E-restricted, whatever the hell that means.
Exclusive rights, yeah.
And then Jalen Warren's restricted, and Zion Gilbert, have no clue who that is, an SFA.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. So cool little list of fellas right there, man, on the restricted and unrestricted side. I mean, I feel like realistically the exclusive rights, they don't really have a say so because the team owns their rights. So they get the super cheap boy deal, no really fuss. Unrestricted guys, similar concept. It's like
Jeremiah
the
Moon and Ryan
Steelers
McCollum.
you.
I could care less if they're back or not.
Nah. To me, man, I like Jeremiah Moon. He played. He was a part of the rotation. He was a good player, man. Talk about fourth, fifth, fifth rusher, man. He gives you that value. Turn setting the edge, man, making tackles, making plays. He made plays when he played this year. And these special teams do too. So I do like Jeremiah, and he's a good guy. He was in the community, man. I seen him a couple football camps. We were out there working in the streets, man. So I do like that. McCollum, he also got some action too. Like, yeah, that's cheap labor. So it's never anything wrong with super cheap labor that is showing that they are competent, because there is a lot of not competent cheap labor out there, man. So at least with them two dudes in the very small sample size that they did have, they showed that, all right, we can trust them enough to, man, if you needed to play 10 snaps and get us out of a stadium or 15 snaps and get us out of a stadium, they did show that they can do that. While, like I said, with Jeremiah, he was providing some special teams value as well, man. Shoot, he got the block. He had the block this year. Yeah, that was him. Yeah, come on, bro. Like,
no, dude, if we move off him, I don't care. If we keep him, fine. Like you said, it's not costing us much.
But,
and
man,
they've been depth guys.
Don't bulk at the production. Oh, yeah, man. Like, that's the part that's real. It's like, they do that. You need the depth dudes. Not everybody is the starter. Not everybody is the big name, you know. Some of them dudes like, all right, how do we make it work?
I'm not coming in here pounding the table for Jeremiah Moon or Ryan McCollum if we move off him. No. I'm not saying, oh my God, this is a drastic mistake. How could the Steelers? How could they?
Hey, look, I'm with you.
I'm doing that if they move off of Fields, for sure.
What about Warren?
Same.
Okay.
Fields and Warren. Yeah, I'm pissed off if we don't bring them back.
Yeah, because as I look at the list, man, whether it's Russ or Fields, I need one of them to be back. I don't care who. I don't care how we do it. Just one of them I want back. Naj, I would want it back, but like I said, that number has to be right. If it's not right, I don't have a lot of desire for that one. Jalen Warren is restricted free agent. That's a layup. There isn't a ton of fuss for that. So it's like, yo, I would like for you to be back as well. Let me see.
What are you thinking about these receivers? Mike Williams, Scotty Miller, Van Jefferson, Skoranek.
If I can get Mike back for the right number, yes. Skoranek is super cheap. That's special teams. He's kind of like my Jeremiah Moon on that side of the ball. So I like that. Van, I'm going to let him hit it. And, yeah. But Mike is only for the right number. And that number is like low. Like, I'm not committing anything crazy. But I would be interested to see full all season. What does it look like? Full healthy all season for him. What does that look like? A little bit of carryover since he spent, from the trade deadline on with Arthur Smith in the playbook. Obviously, Russ was the guy he played more with, but it's like whether it's Russ or Fields, how much are you intrigued by the continuity of being able to come back and instead of having to learn another new offense, another new quarterback, you are working with people that you've already laid a little bit of a foundation with, and now you're talking about just trying to build upon that. So I kind of, I look at Mike that way, but it still would not deter me from drafting a receiver, or it wouldn't deter me from going out and signing a T. Higgins or whoever. I think that would not deter me at all.
Well, it better not.
Yeah, that's my own thing. Like, I'm cool on Mike. I remember last year we were talking about Mike as maybe being that free agent guy. That was last year. Like, he ain't enough for me this year, man. Yeah.
No, absolutely not. I'm completely fine with just getting rid of all these receivers and starting fresh. Yeah. Almost like forcing yourself to go out there and make a different free agent signing. Make sure you draft the receiver in the first or second round, as opposed to playing around and doing the whole keep our options open, make sure that we sign the best deal possible, or make sure our numbers are right and we're negotiating at the proper leverage. It's like, no, just we know what we need to do. Just start fresh, get new players in here, force yourself to do that. I'm with you on the Skoranek for special teams, though. I think he was really good for us on special teams.
Yeah.
So
we saw that multiple times.
As the sixth receiver being like our new Darius Hayward-Bay, I would bring back
the Miles
Skoranek.
Boykin. Like that's all that is. And
yeah, I'm not expecting anything from him from a receiving standpoint. Even though he did give us some blocking, did give us some of that.
He had some moments,
but I'm trying to get out of that offense
as
well. I don't want Ben Skoranek out there for 20-30% of the snaps.
I agree. I want Skoranek on the team, but I want Skoranek to be special teams, and on occasion you might get a blocking rep. Like, I don't want an offense where Skoranek is getting 20-30% of the snaps. I think that limits us a little bit more than I would like. And I agree, man. In terms of, we could have let them dudes leave because I still got the two dudes that I wanted the most. George Pickens and Calvin Austin.
You got Roman Wilson.
Yeah, I got Roman as well. Like, I got the guys that, to me, give me my foundation of what I want to look like going forward. Now I need to go and get that T. Higgins, or is it a Emeka Ibuka? Is it, it ain't gonna be T Mac, but you never know. Is it a Tatorian McMillan? You know what I mean? Like, was it one of these dudes, man? So I look at it, or maybe it's a Matthew Golden. Like, who knows? You know what I mean? So as long as we got our big, like, foundational three pieces, the GP, the Roman, the Calvin, I'm pretty cool with however we want to fill in those pieces, as long as we're still getting the big fish.
Yeah.
But Skoranek's cheap labor, and I don't think of the names that we currently have on the roster or the guys that we would potentially talk about signing. Those dudes aren't the Ben Skoranek special teams type. They're not doing that gunner work. They're not the guy going out there scratching and clawing to get the tackle, the fumble, recovery, and all. Like, he does that. That's his bread and butter. That's his saving grace. And that's what, like, certain guys, that's what their job is. Like, yo, do it and do it at a high level. And he does do that. So as long as that still is cheap, which it is, I just think that is going to constantly be what sets him out from a GP, from a Roman, from a Calvin, from a Mike Williams, and more definitely from a T. Higgins. Because of all them dudes I just named, none of them dudes is giving us special teams, the core four, any of that type of stuff, man. Yeah.
Dante Jackson.
I like Dante a lot. Shout out to Dante, man.
I'd bring him back on an affordable deal.
Yeah. Because he was getting, what, 16, 17 this year?
Nothing more than double digits.
Yeah. He was getting, he has a nice deal.
He did, yeah.
Yeah. Because it was like a contract swap almost, man, when you talk about his deal versus Deontay Johnson's deal. I don't hate the Dante Jackson contract. Like,
I think it's got to be less than 10.
I think it's hard to get less than 10 when he gave you 5 picks.
Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna what that's gonna mean for him in the open market, but I just think
5 picks is 5 picks.
Yeah,
that's like
whenever
10 sacks.
Here's the thing though, whenever you watch them, I mean the availability as well.
That's true. Yeah.
And being up there in age, like to me, I don't think he's worth more than 10 after seeing him last year. I know some of the picks, but I don't know. You know, some of them were a little janky.
Picks, though,
I know,
bro.
no,
Yeah.
I get it,
Picks
I get it,
picks, man.
but.
And
with his age,
because is he 30? He's not 30 yet.
30. I'm seeing on over the cap. 30. It's either he's 29,
he's about to be 30,
turning 30,
or
or
30,
turning 31.
Yeah, he turns 30 in November. Yeah,
he's a good player.
Yeah, that's my thing. I'm like, the 5 picks, I think, are definitely a thing that stands out to me, and that's one of the reasons why I want to keep him, because it's like, man, when you're finding a guy that can create turnovers, think about it, man. We went through a time where we were like longing to find a corner, longing to find a secondary guy that could create turnovers, and he's not the all right, put him on an island man-to-man corner, but he is a dude that can play man, but he's also a guy that is just very smart in terms of how he operates in zone coverage, and that's why he gets a lot of those overthrows, because he's always in the right position. But his career shows you it's only been one season where he hasn't had interceptions. Excuse me. And that was the year he was coming back from the Achilles his last year in Carolina. Outside of that, this is a guy that has shown his turnovers aren't fluky. That's him. Every single season he's been in the league, he's had multiple interceptions outside of the year he was coming back from the Achilles. So that's the part that I do think people are going to look from outside and say, yeah, he is getting more and more back to form because he's getting further removed from that Achilles. And if this dude just went in that scheme and had 5 picks, I think that, yeah, I would pay him 10. I would pay him 12. Like, it ain't a ton of dudes that be getting the picks like that. We know it's more bad corners than it is good corners, first off. Like, that's one of the hardest positions to play. So when you finally see a dude that is kind of good and actually making plays, those dudes you do a little bit more for. It's kind of like quarterback, but not all the way it's not all the way to the extreme. But because he plays corner, that's one of those sexy positions. That's why I brought up the pass rush part. If you can get 10 sacks as a pass rusher, you don't have to be great, but 10 sacks as a pass rusher, they about to pay you $100 million. You're like, bro, whoa, you ain't TJ Watt. But because you get 10 sacks, they looking at you like, yo, you're one of those guys at that position.
I mean, he's definitely in the phase of his career where he's CB2, and that's one of the reasons I question.
What's the going rate for CB2 though?
Well, and going back, you're bringing up the picks and everything, and how much they matter and how teams view that. Patrick Peterson coming off his last Vikings year, I think he had like 5 picks. I think it was 5 or 6 picks, and we signed him for, I think it was only 7 per year.
Yeah,
and he was at that stage in his career where Dante Jackson kind of is now, and Patrick Peterson was the bigger name at that point.
How old was Pat P when we brought him in though? I thought he was
a little bit older than Dante
I thought he was
Jackson
already
right
past
now.
30,
But
whereas DJ was younger, but we also got him via trade too. So that part is different. At least we knew with Pat P, like we had a chance to set our market for him.
And that's the thing with Pat P after his season here in Pittsburgh, we were all saying we're moving off him. At least with Dante Jackson, I'm like, let's bring him back. I mean, I think he's solid for us. He wasn't getting cooked out there. My problem was the injuries, really.
Yeah, the availability is definitely an issue.
And he's not a physical corner. He's just not someone we're building around for the next 4 or 5 years.
That's
I think
why he's not CB1.
I think he's for the next year or two, someone that's just filling in for maybe our next future corner stepping in, playing across from JPJ.
But I agree. And I think you get that done on a 2-year. It could be a 3-year deal in the sense of the contract like language, but we know only a year or 2 years of that is guaranteed. That's kind of how I look at it. But I think if you let it leave, I'm creating another hole where I'm praying that Corey Trice is going to give me his production. I'm praying that James Pierre, or I'm praying that another outside free agent or a draft pick is going to give me Dante Jackson's production. Whereas like, man, I've already found Dante. We know we don't draft corners well anyway. So it's like, hey, all right, we hit on a draft pick. Now let's go keep paying one. All right. And I think for the next 2 years, you can get away with paying DJ in that 10 to 12 range without feeling like, yo, I'm messing up long-term situations here. I think that first year, you want to make sure that money is guaranteed because obviously that's what the players care about the most, that first year. If you get that second year with some of it guaranteed, or if it's a March bonus, workout, roster bonus, whatever, that gives us the time to now see what the season looked like. And if we like what it looked like, then yeah, you allow them to keep the roster bonus and you have them on that season. But if not, you got the flexibility to walk away. I like it like that because I think that this offseason, I don't want to have to be worrying about finding another corner. Like, I'd much rather focus on receiver, D-line, quarterback. And then it's like, all right, now we got house money versus if Dante Jackson leave, man, cornerback is shooting right back up to the top of the list of what we're going to need here. And now we're asking ourselves, all right, do we feel good about JPJ being our 1, or do we want to have him as an elite level 2? Like, what's your thought process? You know what I mean?
Let me see who's available because I think that's part of the equation too.
It definitely is.
I think we're on the same page. Like I want Dante Jackson back. It's just for the amount.
For the amount, yeah.
Of course, it's not the end of the world if we were overpaying him a couple million.
Yeah. Because
of the position too. He knows how to make the numbers work. The salary cap's going up. I would just prefer. I think that's more in line with where we need Dante Jackson back at is like under 10 at somewhere under 10. I think that's fair. But yeah, if he wants a little bit more, sees that we're hurting for corner, maybe the cornerback market's not that good. He asks for 10, 11, says, I got the 5 picks, whatever. But depends a little bit on who's available.
And continuity. You don't have to guess if this new DB fits the scheme, if he is a good locker room guy. What is he doing to JPJ messaging-wise? How do they practice and stuff like that? Like, because you even heard when DJ was on the show, when Dante Jackson came on the show with us, he said that, that was part of the thing that he gets to do is almost like mentor JPJ. He gets to tell him like, yo, man, I've seen this. Yo, you're doing this right. Yo, this is this. Keep going. So all of that, when you bring into the negotiation table, all of that comes into play. And if you're Dante Jackson, like I'm sure he's going to, highlight that type of stuff along with the on-field production to just continue to add to his value. Now I see some people bringing up DJ Reed. Yeah. So shout out to Apple Bite. Shout out to Juice Bellamy.
Boy Gilmore's out there.
Oh, hey, how I feel about Gilly the Kid, man. Now, granted, at this stage, Gilly is he could be Dante Jackson though. Excuse me on that one. Yeah, we're not talking about being JPJ or being CB1 bona fide. No. We're talking be Dante Jackson. Gilly can give me that. For certain, Gilly can give me that.
So he got $7 million last year.
Yeah, I like Gilly. How I
now
feel
he's
about
another
Gilly.
year older.
Gilly, true man to man. That's yeah. But
I thought he played good with the Vikings from the games I saw.
He did, bro. Gilly had the closeout pick. Was that against Rodgers? It might have been. Yeah, he had the closeout pick. Come on, bro. I'm a Gilly fan, bro. That's the young. Well, he ain't young no more. Yeah, he probably got some grades on him now, but yeah, dude.
So DJ Reed, they're saying market value's 15. Shavarius Ward around 15.
Whoa! You said 15 for DJ Reed?
Yeah, 13.
Shavarius Ward is interesting. Obviously we know his situation, man, out in San Fran. Not organizationally issues, but in terms of him losing his daughter and him going through talking about the PTSD that he's experiencing, and to the point that even his fiance doesn't even want to go back to their home in California because it's just too traumatic for them, which we definitely can understand. And that's why we say thoughts and prayers to him and his family. But that did seem like he was kind of implying that a change of scenery is something that he would be open to and probably would benefit from. So in that capacity, man, if we're talking about places where it's an appeal, we know organizationally Coach T, man, that's one of them dudes that love on you the right way. But he also, in terms of Shavarius Ward, he plays the game the right way, man. Big physical corner, man, gonna beat you up, can tackle, but got good ball skills. I would like that one, but I think he would be the most expensive. What's his market?
They got him and Reed around 15.
I would say because if DJ's at 15,
Carlton Davis is out there.
What's his market? I feel like Davis is the. I feel like Davis is the cheaper of it. Yeah, I would definitely go. They probably going to Reed because Reed is a little bit younger than Ward, isn't he?
Just by a year
By
and
a
a
year?
half.
Okay, yeah, because I could see them doing DJ Reed if he's younger, and then Ward. And then from there, going with Carlton Davis. But for us, man, any of those three work. Yeah, if I had my way, I think I want Ward of the three, though, because I think just the total package of what he brings. But I like Reed, though. Reed's tough. But Reed for 15, I don't know if I want him for 15.
Right.
Like, that's my only thing with him. Like, I don't want to do that.
I think they're upgrades over Dante Jackson.
I would agree. All three of those are upgrades, but I think I view Ward as a true one. Reed 1-ish. And I think Davis is an elite 2. Like, but in comparison to Dante Jackson, in comparison to even Steven Nelson, remember when he was here, like, I think all of them are in that class, but slightly better.
Yeah. I was gonna say they're not much younger than Dante Jackson.
What's Dante Jackson's market, or what they're projecting with him then? If they got DJ and them boys at 15, he got to be 12, right? 10, 12.
They don't got his number on Spot Rack.
Yeah, but if those are at 15,
in fact, Ward's older than Dante.
That's
Jackson.
what I'm saying. Like, and Ward's had injuries as well.
Yeah, they don't have his market value up. Yeah, that could be interesting.
Yeah.
Rasul Douglas.
I like Rasul. He's been up in Buffalo these past couple years.
Jeff Okudah, Byron Murphy.
I need Rasul to stay where he's at. He don't need to go anywhere. All right, that he can stay put. You said Byron Murphy.
Yeah.
Where's he coming from right now? That's
Vikings.
Yeah, because he was opposite Gilly. What's his? They got a market value for him yet or no?
No.
So is any number above 15 from what you're seeing?
The only three they have market values on are
just those
Reed,
three?
Ward, and Davis.
Okay. It's the early in the process, what they probably saying. Okay. Legitimate options, though. Definitely got some options.
Yeah, there's guys out there. If you don't sign Dante Jackson.
Yeah.
But you got to be on the ball because those top 3 corners are probably going to get signed pretty quick in the free agency process.
Yeah.
So if you're dragging your feet with the Dante Jackson decision, you're probably going to miss out on some of the other guys that are very capable of replacing him.
Jair Alexander, he's up this year?
No.
Okay. I saw BJB bring him up in the chat, man. Shout out to you over there,
Maybe
man.
trade.
Rocking with us. I would say, yeah, it's a trade bait though, trade candidate. Because they got a couple of younger dudes over there.
Yeah. What about Dan Moore?
I'm torn. I would love for him to be back because I feel a little bit more safe with him, but I feel like I want to see Broderick at left also. I'm like, I draft you in the first. I want to get my opportunity.
Time.
Yeah.
It's just time. Yeah.
So it's like, as much as I'm a fan of Dan, and I don't think me saying move on from Dan is an indictment on what Dan did. I think Dan did a great job of his 4 years of playing himself into a second contract, and he's about to get a nice check somewhere in this league, man. But the same way when we talked about Justin Fields the first 6 games, and it's like, yo, do you just keep him out there the whole time and you never see Russ? Or do you still feel like you got to see Russ? To me, I'm like, man, I could keep Dan Moore at left tackle and feel safe and feel good, but I'm going to always be asking myself in the back of my mind, what would Broderick have looked like at left tackle? Because when I drafted him in the first round 2 years ago, it was for him to play left tackle. So that's pretty much where I'm at with it, man. Like I said, I don't know if it's the right answer, but that's where I'm at with it.
I agree. It's just time. Make or break for Broderick.
Yeah.
Staying on the O-line, James Daniels. We talked about him a little. We're ready to move off him.
Yeah.
Because of Mason McCormick's emergence.
And because you got a Pro Bowl left guard now.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't moving off of Seumalo anyway.
But I'm saying, well,
even with his Pro Bowl nod.
Because there was a scenario where it could have been you bring Seumalo, or excuse me, you return with James Daniels, you move Mason McCormick to left guard, and you move on from Seumalo. If you really just love James Daniels and you said that was the guy that you had to have back. But I think the rest of the scenarios were keep Mason at right guard, Seumalo at left guard, and then James Daniels naturally would leave because of the coming off the Achilles and the contract and stuff. But there was a little bit of a scenario where it was like, yo, maybe you bump him back to that side, and James, you bring him back if you pay him. And you know he's going to be cheaper because he's coming off the Achilles.
Cam Sutton, James Pierre, C.J. Henderson, trio of corners.
I stay forgetting about C.J. Henderson being here, bro.
I'm good moving off all 3.
That's fair. The only one I would want back is Cam, and if that was the same type of deal that I had this time around where it was super cheap. I do believe that, yeah, when you are missing the first half of the year because of the suspension, yeah, you hop back into the season, it's going to be a little bit rocky on you. But if it's for the right cheap cost, yeah, I already know Cam at worst. A full season of him at nickel, man, and a full year of him and Beanie being together and pushing each other, I'm like, yo, I'm only going to get better out of there. And I got whichever one of those guys emerges as my starter, I feel good about, but I also feel great about my depth because it's a long season and we see each and every year dudes get banged up, dudes get hurt. I don't have to deal with what that looks like when I'm, down one way or the other. It's like, man, both of them dudes are capable. Both of those dudes produce. So, yeah. But it's got to be super cheap, though. Pruitt, I'm cool on Pruitt.
We need to get rid of him.
Bro.
So
I'm cool on Pruitt,
Arthur Smith can't use him anymore.
I was about to say it because I feel like that's Arthur Smith like him a lot, bro. I'm cool on him, man.
For our offense, week 1 is Russell Wilson under center with Pruitt, Washington, and Frymouth out there, and Skoranek as our outside receiver with Najee in the backfield. I don't know what I'm going to – I'll be devastated.
Yeah, that's real.
I'll be devastated.
That's real. I like how he finally texts back 2 times. I said, hey, man, I'm waiting on y'all. Just give me 5 more minutes then, man. All right, we wrapping this part up.
All right, a few more names then. Yeah. A few more intriguing names. DeMonte Casey. I'm moving off, and I'm bringing in Terrell Edmonds as my third safety.
Oh, that's tough. Oh man, that's a tough one. Cause I like Edmonds. Casey brings certain things, but I'm kind of cool going completely different direction on both of them, man. If we're gonna be
that's
real,
fair.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna go in different direction on both of them. Like, I just feel like
we're talking third safety.
yeah,
it ain't the end of the world,
and kind of what you brought up about the wide receivers. You're like, man, I'm tired of like sticking with this similar style. It's like, man, I've seen what the Deshaun Elliott style looks like. If I'm gonna go get another one, I want that. All right. And that was.
Well, let's see what happens with Ryan Moats too. I mean, I was liking what I was seeing from him.
Yeah, absolutely. But that you should
have been like hurt.
That's refreshing. Like Ryan Watts played corner, but big safety. Like get back there, and he showed that he could tackle. And that was the part that was impressive about him. It was just unfortunate he did get hurt. But yeah, like I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about whether we're talking KZ or if we're talking Edmonds. And respect to both of those players, man. Both of them had impact here at various points in times. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like it's run its course a little bit, man.
Landon Roberts.
Yes, if Cole Holcomb isn't like healthy. Because obviously we never saw Cole get back to form. He never came back. It was speculation that he might. Oh, it's just looking like it's pointing towards, but he never did.
Maybe we move off of Roberts, open up that door for TG's guy, Mark Robinson.
Yeah. I mean, if we did, that would work. You still got the risk, though, because we haven't seen Mark put it all together just yet. That's my only thing.
In terms of being a thumper, though.
Oh, no, he going to hit. No, facts, he going to hit.
Being that specialist.
Yeah, he definitely going to do that.
That's kind of, at this point, all we're looking for out of Roberts anyway.
Yeah.
With Queen and Peyton.
Yeah. But the problem isn't with Mark's desire to thump. It's making sure it's in the right direction when it's thumping. Whereas we don't have them concerns with Landon. We know he going to know where to be. And that's part of why he still plays. Because it's like, yo, the dude is smart. He's going to be in the right position. But, yeah, we do know athletically that's why they went out and got a Peyton Wilson. That's why they went and got a Patrick Quinn. So we know that, yeah, if they could get younger or if they feel like they can get more athletic, that, yeah, they're going to look to do that. And Mark Robinson does give you that. But that's my only concern with Mark. It's like, man, how many years has it been? When does it all click? And to take that risk, it's like, man, we didn't see E-Rod. E-Rod's, that's one of them dudes that's out there in critical moments, and we know he's not going to make the mistakes.
You keep in any of these guys? Nate Herbig, Kyle Allen, Medikevich, Calvin Anderson, Max Sharping, Isaiah Loudermilk.
Red, in terms of Medikevich, yeah, for special teams, I do like what he brings there. You can never have enough of those guys as long as they're still playing there and he's healthy. Nate Herbig, yeah, because that's cheap and it gives me more depth because right now the flip side was, yo, Frazier, you did great. You got a chance to play for the injured guy. All right. Can you stay healthy again and again and again and again? But worst case, hey, man, if Nate Herbig's my backup and it's super cheap because it was already cheap, I still feel really good about that part. You know what I mean? Let me see. Who is the other guy that I would?
Cal Allen, Loudermilk, Calvin Anderson, Max Sharping.
Calvin Anderson, yes. Once again, that's super cheap labor. And he's given us snaps. He's given us moments, not a ton of opportunities, but it's like when Dan Moore went down for like a couple of, it was like, yo, come in here real quick. You know what I mean? Like when I'm getting to that stage of my offensive line, I'm looking more so at continuity. I'm looking at more so, do you look competent in the super small sample size that I see you in? And if so, then I think it's worth you bringing you back for this type of stuff for the competition part. It doesn't deter me from if I went and signed something undrafted out of college as well, because I probably am still going to do that. But instead of me having to put all of the depth on draft picks, undrafted free agents, and that process, man, sometimes it's all right to just keep maybe one or two of those, and now I just got to bring in one outside piece versus me having to figure out the depth of all of those pieces.
I think that's it. Those are all the names.
Yeah. All right. Respect on that then, man. Shoot.
You're done with Loudermilk then?
I am. I'm more interested in Dean Lowry and Logan Lee personally.
Yeah.
Logan was just hurt, but it's like I haven't seen them as long. So since I haven't seen them as long, I'm more open to those guys having an opportunity to surprise me versus.
We need to get a big ass nose tackle in here.
Well, that's what I'm looking at in first round. Maybe is like,
We've been talking about that the last couple of years, and
Yeah.
we really haven't done it still.
Yeah, that's real.
We've been patching that up.
That's real, man.
I think you get rid of Ogunjobi, draft one of these D tackles, try to get a big nose tackle in one of these first 2 rounds. You got Benton, you got Hayward. Yeah, figure it out.
All righty. Well, let's hit the homie up, man. I think I got all these buttons pushed the right way and stuff like that. All righty. Deke, is he answering this thing or not, man?
Yeah.
All right, let's find out.
Javon Hargrave, bring him back.
Ooh, I like that one a lot.
I like that move.
I like that.
Bring him back. Hometown discount.
Fresh off the injury discount, too.
Yeah, he could just replace Ogunjobi then.
Yeah.
And then you draft a big-ass nose tackle.
Yeah. Is that man? It sounds like I'm talking to a defensive coordinator, man. Why are you out here really working, bro? Every time I pull up the socials, the grams, you out here is dark outside. You got the whistle on and you coaching, bro. Like, dude.
I'm not a whistle guy, man. No whistle, though.
Man.
No whistle.
Oh, no whistle. Okay.
Let the voice do what it is.
Okay. Respect. Well, ladies and gents, boys and girls, children of all ages, you know what time it is, man. We are joined right now by that former Pittsburgh Steelers linebacker. We talking about that West Virginia Mountaineer alum. Deke, they say there's almost heaven over there. That's what they say.
I don't say that.
Almost.
There's almost heaven.
How about that Pitt win last night,
Hey,
TG?
hold on. I'm talking to one half of the locker mates, my mother freaking locker mate, and the current defensive coordinator of the Mike Vick-led Norfolk State University Spartans. Shout out to Terence Garvin.
Oh, my God.
Shout out. There it is.
Yeah, there
Behold,
the
green and the gold. There it is. Boom, You think I had a band bopper for you? Shout out to my dog. Shout out to my dog, man. All right.
You know. Load up that bus.
Come on, man. Come on. All right. But, yeah, it was some hoops because some hoops going on right now. Pitt had a big game last night, TG. Did you see? They was playing a blue blood. They said Pitt had a blue blood come to the town last night. Yeah.
Who they played?
Man, it was a 9 p.m. start, so you know it was gangster.
Yeah, that's a primetime game.
They had UNC. The Chapel Hill one, not Little Charlotte. We talking about Chapel Hill, the real UNC. Yeah. The real UNC pull up on them boys, man. Yeah.
What they do with that?
Deke, you tell them what happened. Deke got the Pitt hat on tonight. You got a Pitt hat on right now. Just throwing it out there.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll wear a Pitt hat after a loss, but
this one's
I'm always wearing Pitt hats, right?
It's a vibrant Pitt. It looked real good. It looked real Pitt today.
Yeah, big win.
Well, so they must have won then.
Yeah, big win.
I'd be like that, you know.
They must have knocked down in North Carolina. But it's not the same no more, man. That's not North Carolina.
I was wondering how long until he started hating on UNC.
That's the
That's
easiest
not
thing
the
to say.
same UNC. Like, that's not UNC.
It ain't Roy over there.
Yeah, it ain't that.
He said they ain't even Jordan no more, man. They probably
Come
Adidas
on.
or something, man.
Are they even Jordan anymore?
No,
Like,
they
That's
That's
a football
illegal.
school.
They
man.
can't not be
they
Jordan.
better be Jordan, man.
That's a football school, man. Belichick worked there.
Ooh,
on.
okay.
Funny in the football, man.
Hey, man, shout out. But look, I'm about to say, we are going to get to you sooner rather than later since, like I said, we are on the back end and we do got to roll a little bit sooner, man. But with that, though, bro, we had championship games this week, man. AFC NFC Championship action. We'll start with the real one, the NFC. How'd you feel about that game, man? How'd you feel about Saquon and the boys, man?
Was that real? Man, I think Saquon and them. I thought it was good that they got in conference opponents. I thought they came out real confident. It's almost like we know these guys type. They felt like the better team. They felt like the bully. It felt like an Eagle day. You know,
Okay.
I don't know. It just felt like they knew them. Like it wasn't no fear. It didn't feel like no nervousness. Like they just felt like they played better football
Yeah.
from play one. You know, like for Saquon to hit that on his first touch,
Bro, how
you're
your
just in
first
mode.
touch goes 60 plus
Yeah,
with
like,
the cutback? I say,
come
yo,
on.
you had a
Broke
cutback
2
in there?
tackles.
That's a filthy one.
What we really doing? Like you're in
That's
mode
supposed
right
to be
now.
late in fourth quarter when that happens.
You know, so I think that run game is tough, man. I ain't gonna lie, they can run the ball.
Yeah.
They can run the ball, and it opens up everything. They're tough. You know,
Shoot, them D-line dudes is over there cutting up too, man.
the D-line cooking. They trying to get a Brandon Graham back for the Super Bowl.
Okay.
That's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie. At D-line, what you can't do is you can't run at it. That's what you can't do. Like all that running the ball, they not with that. They not with that. You know, you got to find a way to come at them. They're a good team though, man. They play good. They play good defense. They complement each other well. You know, they win the turnover ratio.
Yeah.
Like they're able to get the ball out. They punch at that ball crazy. Like
Bro,
they're all punching.
that was nuts, man.
Yeah, they're punching.
Yeah.
They're punching.
But
Even
you
the
can
punch
see
out they got, it wasn't even a clean punch. Like it's just punching,
repetitive.
You know?
Yeah, you can just see like, yo,
Yeah.
they do that. Like,
You can tell they do that a lot. Like they're
Yeah.
punching at the ball. So I think they're tough, man. That was a good win for them. I thought it was more of as much as it was a good one, I thought they were a better team than Washington, but it felt like a heartbreaker for Washington. Because now you do got to go through that sophomore blues, and you got to see what that quarterback really is. You know how to go through the second year.
that sophomore year, way different than that first year, bruh. Facts on that.
That second year is real. Like, who are you? What are you? Are you really
way,
one of those?
way more
Or-
tape on you now. All that gimmicky spread, triple read option. Like, yo, all right, we got something for you now. We're going to figure out how to play this now.
Make it go to the left, not the right. Just little stuff that
okay.
you know.
All right. Hey,
Change everything
hey,
about
man,
it.
when they tilt the formation, blitz this. We're going to force it back that way.
Blitz
all right?
this. We're going to make it do
We're going
this.
to make it do this.
You know?
I like it, man. All right. I guess there was another game that took place that I like how you called me and text me. I was like, bro, you know I'm in mourning right now. Why you won't hit me like this, bro? This is crazy, man.
I needed to know. I was curious.
Yo, that looked like that hurt. I was like, wow, that's wow. Like Deke, it was midnight. He was like, yo, what you doing, bro? Just, wow, bro.
I was just trying to figure out.
Wow. Of all the people say, yo, TG, wow.
TG was checking in on you.
Bro, he's texting and call. Like, what? Yo, this is nuts, bro. You know what this
TG's just
is.
being a good friend.
That's what y'all call it? Hey, it just ain't feel like that. That's just it felt real shiesty when I saw his name pop up. I was like, yeah, you know what, TG? I just
I wanted to talk about it, man. I'm like, did you see what I just seen?
The whole house in morning he would call. I said, hey, yo, you ain't nothing, bro. This is jacked up, bro. I just I thought we were friends here, man.
Bro, did you see? That was the game of the year. That felt like the Super Bowl.
Hey, bro.
And it's crazy because they do got a dog coming at.
They got a whole
tough,
another game next week.
Man,
yeah,
that felt like it was a Super Bowl for Buffalo, man. Like,
wow, don't you do that? Don't you? It was not the Super Bowl for Buffalo. It was not the Super Bowl for Buffalo.
It was their Super Bowl for sure.
It wasn't a Super Bowl, man. They used to big games, man. They done been Super Bowl multiple times, man. They said their first rodeo, man.
If they would have pulled it off, they'd have dropped this to Philly. Like, your emotional high is way too much. Like,
shoot, you seen the one cat passed away this weekend in Philly, man. R.I.P. to the young kid, man. If you know, you know, bro. It's real out here, bro. It's real.
Bro, that was a lot, man. They can't get over that hump, man. That's just
bro. They make you play perfect for 4 quarters, bro. You look at everything numbers wise, history between those dudes in the matchup. You look at the game, and it's like it comes down to like a handful of everything is balanced. Quarterback play, defense. What was the difference? They were 5 they were 5 of 11 on 4th down, whereas this team was 5 of 14 on 4th down. You're like, you mean to tell me that's the difference?
That was the difference.
When you're playing it, that's the difference. They were 4 of 6 on 4th down. They were 1 of 1 on 4. You're like, we're talking that the littlest of margins, but that's why the Chiefs are who they are, man. This is funny.
Bro.
This is why they're considered like a down team, and
Man,
they're still operating like that, man.
This is a down team, like you said. They're just so dangerous. Like, it's so dangerous. Even like that defense is playing well. That last call, that took a lot of heart. That took a lot of heart. It
My
was
man
low
sent
key
the corner, bro.
but it was the perfect call because he dropped the fire zone out on number 3. Like it was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot. He didn't give him that getaway. It really was open. He just couldn't find it. It really was open if you look at it.
Don't say he couldn't find it. He always
Man, he found it.
I'm about to say don't do that. Now he always finds it.
He found it.
He
did find it.
He definitely gonna find it.
He did find it. He just tough, man. Heartbreaker. Heartbreaker.
TG, any thoughts on the refs?
I thought the refs were fine, man. I don't think you can keep doing that. I think the Mahomes effect is real. I think Jordan got calls too, though.
This is real, and they deserve those calls, man. I ain't against that. Yeah.
Like I think LeBron gets calls. Yeah. You know, I think Tom got calls. They made a whole rule because he got hit low. Like now you can't hit him in the knee. Yeah. Yeah. Like they're like, we're never gonna have this again. You know. So
I think the NFL changed that OT rule because of Josh Allen.
It was. Yeah. The division game.
Yeah.
So I mean, they're gonna protect their quarterbacks. They're gonna protect Pat. And Pat in the playoffs is super going to get protected every time. He's always going to win that. Yeah. So it's like,
but he delivers in the playoffs too. Like we haven't seen. Like think about when have we ever seen bad Mahomes in the playoffs?
Bad Mahomes.
Just
like bro, it's a throw he threw.
But he didn't have a chance in that game because of how bad his O-line was.
Bro, it's a throw he threw. It's a throw he threw. After he scored, he's turned up, loses the ball. Gets his composure back real quick.
You seen it, right?
Goes for that 2. If you know, you know. Like
you seen it.
He really was
up
supposed
for
to
a second and blacked out.
He turned up and then tightened up ASAP.
Like
and then they come back. They give him that levels concept, bro. Every quarter, bro. 9 out of 10 would have threw that first underneath. Bro. If you go look at it, bro, he gets his composure, throws that second window like that.
That's the second window is way harder. You know that.
He's a problem.
Yeah.
Like that play was the play for me. I'm like, yeah, that's him.
Like you see him going through the mental process of big moment. I'm excited as heck. All right, I've instantly locked back in, and now let me get back there. Just process. You're like, bro, how are you mentally doing that at that stage?
Yeah.
It's like he won't speed himself up. Like, you know, that's the thing. You're trying to make that quarterback play faster than he wants to play. Make that quarterback have to think this dude, make him see it fast. Hurry him up. And it's like, you can't speed this dude up for whatever.
Yeah.
Like he won't speed himself up because of the situation. You can't blitz him. You can't not. It's like, yo, the dude is. I mean, but that's why Mahomes, man. That's why he's Mahomes.
Man, you know.
Yeah.
And that's like, bro, you can't like It's a tough day, bro.
Yeah, he's one of them ones, bro. He one of them ones,
man. It's a tough day. You can't man it too much.
Yeah.
You can't zone it. And then Andy Reid, he clearly was like, whatever it takes. Like I'm running him.
Reid
I'm
had
using
the
every
bag.
piece.
Reid was in his bag.
Yeah.
He was in his bag.
I'm using every piece, whatever it takes to get it done.
TG, how are you feeling about your take comparing Josh Allen to Charles Barkley now? Do you still feel good about that?
That's what he is. I was on point with it.
Charles still a great player, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being Charles.
Still a great player.
You know how many Charles Barkleys and Karl Malones and John Stocktons of the world there are? You ever heard of Patrick Ewing? The list is a pretty clean list of guys, man. Like, yeah.
Bro, that Mahomes resume. I was looking at it. Like, he basically goes to the Super Bowl every year.
Bro, Brady and Burrow are the only two that beat him. Brady and Burrow. And Brady did it the 2 years he won one. You know what I mean? He won both of them. It's like, bro, that's who we're talking about. The only guys we've seen beat him in these moments now.
Brady got him when he was young, like on some Canelo Floyd type.
All right. If you know, you know.
They didn't have that OT rule in place whenever Brady was on the Patriots.
Nope.
Like, Mahomes didn't get the ball in overtime. And he played good in that AFC Championship game.
That was the whole Edelman. Did Edelman touch the football or not? That in the, who was it? Chris? It wasn't.
No,
it was Frank. It was
Frank Clark.
Frank Clark lined up in the neutral zone.
That was insane.
Man, I feel like they're not talking enough about this, but like in reality, bro, this is respect, and I know this might sound crazy.
It don't.
But this team right here should be in a convo with that Dolphins team for the greatest team ever, bro.
Thank you.
Because they've won the same amount of games as the greatest team ever. They had to play an extra game.
Yep.
They should be in that same convo with the Dolphins. Like
not undefeated,
but
that's different.
Yeah, but they got an extra game. Like this game wasn't.
Yeah.
You see what I see? Like
sure we're even considering that Dolphins team the best all time?
Bro, we got some
70 Steelers teams.
That's a different debate there, yeah.
This team got to go in the conference of all time.
We got some 70s
It has-
Steelers teams.
If
08
they,
Steelers.
they got to
Come on.
complete the three-peat. If you complete the
If they
three-peat,
finish
I
it,
think you're in
yeah.
there. I think you are heavily in if you complete the three-peat. And the full context of how we view this Chiefs team compared to the
Yeah.
previous teams that he's won with, yeah. It
If
would,
they
it would
finish
for
this
certain
is-
be in that. I can see
yeah.
that. But they got to
This
finish
is
it.
the dynasty.
Philly is going to be tough. Philly running that rock, bro. Philly going to be tough. Philly going to be tough. But we ain't getting there just yet. We got a whole week before we got to start talking about the Super Bowl matchup. But yeah, that's going to be one of them ones. But I got to ask you because this weekend we got the Pro Bowl coming up, man. And let that man cook. Mr. Unlimited has been added to the Pro Bowl, his 10th Pro Bowl honor, the first Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback to be named to the Pro Bowl since Ben Roethlisberger. And Isaac Seumalo was added as well. Shout out to Isaac Seumalo in the trenches, man. We like a little offensive line getting some recognition. But how did you feel when you saw your former teammate, Russ, getting that nod for the Pro Bowl, man?
Yeah, I mean, nice. I thought Russ was the Pro Bowl this year. Played well. The Pro Bowl ain't that though. It's not all pro. It's the Pro Bowl. Like
Yeah, it's a
a
difference,
little
right?
bit, yeah, a little bit popularity contest. A little bit of, the first one's not gonna play. The second one's probably not gonna play. So
No,
it's
don't do him like that because all it was Josh Allen that pulled out. Your boy Lamar playing.
Lamar gonna play?
Yeah, Lamar said he's gonna play, man. The only guy that's not playing, that's like a big fish is TJ. TJ pulled
my
out.
question.
No, Lamar pulled out too.
Did-
Lamar
did-
and
did he
Josh.
pull out? Okay,
Burrow's
he finally
playing.
pulled out. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's
That's
say
how
'cause-
Drake
You
May
know
got the nod.
Okay, because when I saw it
I got
yesterday, I
that.
didn't. Okay,
Number-
good call then. Okay, 'cause I was
Number
like,
one
yeah.
and two aren't. The 1 and 2 don't play in the Pro Bowl. Man.
Okay.
They don't do that.
Okay,
Like, I'm
that's
one
what I
and
was
two.
thinking. I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't be out
1
there.
and 2.
Okay.
I'm surprised Russ is playing. To be honest with you, I think my question
No,
is,
he's
and I
loving
always
it.
ask
You know he needed that.
Yeah, what do you
He
mean?
needed that, bro. Don't
He's
do it.
all
He needed
about
that.
this.
He needed
What do
that
you
way.
mean?
He needed that way.
I did for that. I think my question.
He said, I'll find myself out. Don't worry about it. I'll be there.
I do for that. I think my question is, if a guy makes the Pro Bowl
Mhm.
and doesn't play, is he still considered a Pro Bowler? Like,
Yeah.
do we
If-
still get
If he's an original guy, yeah. The alternates,
Oh, dude.
though, I think the alternates is where it's different. I think if you,
So I got.
If you pass up
I got,
on being an alternate, you're not going to get counted.
yeah,
So I got a 20,000 incentive on making the Pro Bowl.
yep,
I make the
yes,
Pro Bowl,
yes.
and then and I don't.
No.
I don't wanna
If
play,
you make
so I
your
still-
initial Pro Bowl roster, you get your
Yeah.
incentive. You do get the Pro Bowl. Like
TJ is
on
gonna
your
be a
thing.
Pro
Like
Bowler.
TJ a Pro Bowler, right? Regardless if he plays, he's a Pro Bowler. Now,
But if I'm the second
if
team,
you're
do I get that?
No, not the second team. If you're the alternate, the alternate, you have to go. You don't get to say as an alternate, I don't want to go. You won't be considered a Pro Bowler. So
Okay.
that's how that works. So that's why it's like, yeah, we make the joke of, oh, everybody will pass up on an opportunity, but not everybody is passing up on an opportunity to be a Pro
sometimes
Bowler.
it's a money thing.
Yeah, because contract wise, bro, that could be the difference in some real cash.
Yeah.
So if you are the alternate, you want to play unless you are legitimately hurt or you're a dude that's been to the Pro Bowl too many times. You like, bro, I don't even care about it right now. Like outside of that, it's like, yeah, man, contractually, there are a lot of incentives in there, man. So for us, that's it, man. It's just a dope opportunity for him, man. I can see exactly why he would want to be in that Pro Bowl and make sure that everybody sees he's in the Pro Bowl. Hey, he said that
10 Pro Bowls sounds better than 9.
all right. And he said, I ain't even get to start the full season. Remember, I was hurt, guys, and I gave you a Pro Bowl season. First one since Ben
Yeah.
Roethlisberger. Don't forget me. That's what he's saying right now. He gonna,
Respect it.
when is he back on with McAfee, man? I can only see he might have a Pro Bowl hat, and he might be live from the Pro Bowl when he talked to McAfee. Like, hey man, y'all see me? Just make sure y'all.
Mm.
I'll tell you about the negotiations. I tell you how we started talking. Hey, you see this Pro Bowl hat? You see the Pro Bowl
Mm.
T-shirt? You ain't had one of these since
Mm.
Big Ben. You want to let it? You remember what happened last time you moved on from
That Pro Bowl better not
Hey,
affect
hey,
anything in regards to negotiations.
TG, you remember what happened last time you went up for a Pro Bowl quarterback now?
Yeah.
You remember what happened last
Nothing
time?
to do with it.
You ain't had another Pro Bowl quarterback since I showed up. All right, it's been a while now. It's been a while. You done had some names. You done went
this
to
is
multiple
true.
ways of doing it now. Multiple ways. I've given it to you, so I'm just saying. All right now. I can see him. He gonna be on that thing Pro Bowled out. Pro Bowl cleat, Pro Bowl socks, Pro Bowl shorts. Like, hey, bro, just this is me. All right.
Man, I can see it. I like it. I see it. And we don't know, like I said, the incentive part, like that could be something too. But I don't know. I don't know. That Pro Bowl is just different now.
It is, though.
They don't even play. They
It's
don't
the
even
game.
play
It's
the same way. Like
dodgeball and all that other stuff.
I definitely go out there. Like so, even when you just kind of said it, even like that, where it's like, not like Russ is that guy, but everything about that fits Russ to be at the Pro Bowl. Like,
Yeah.
the
Come
kids
on,
out
man.
there, like
It's fun.
you
It's the
know
fun
what I mean?
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely going. You know, it's crazy, and I just says I know this might be off a little bit, but the new Disney World is going to see LeBron play. Like if you done well, yeah, that's the
You
new
talking about all them
Disney World.
Eagles that was out there last
Yeah,
night?
yeah.
So
That's
they
the
said
new Disney
Ron
World.
coming into town. Everybody
Yeah.
showed up to the game.
Yeah, like if you've done something, you go courtside and see LeBron.
I'm going to see
that's
Bron courtside.
Yeah.
I swear.
Yeah,
I dig it.
that's the new Disney World. Like it's not Disney World no more. It's I'm going to see LeBron.
Courtside.
Think about
Get the camera on me. Make sure the camera can see me. Hey.
When Shador and them boys balled, they went to see LeBron courtside.
Yeah.
Like that's like the thing. Like
Bron,
I'm going to see LeBron
Respect.
courtside. And he's gonna dap me up like the president, and I'm gonna get the whole.
You see the pictures afterwards. They're like, yo, they got to meet him. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, respect. I like that. I could dig. The LeBron effect is real. The LeBron effect is real.
LeBron effect, man.
LeBron effect. I could dig that. I could dig it. I could definitely dig it. Okay. Shoot, man. I also got to ask you then, because obviously Mr. Rooney did talk and specifically talked about the quarterbacks. He said that he was actually open to either one of those guys, but he said that he wanted that kind of to be the priority, bringing one of those guys back, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields, to be QB1 next year, man. What was your thoughts on that, man, when the boss man said it?
I think you got to pick one and rock with one and rock with it. Take all the drama away, right, and figure out what it is, you know? So I agree.
Timeline-wise, when do you think, from your perspective, we get that one way or the other, though, in terms of...
I think that happens fast.
Okay.
I think they're going to tell you something fast.
Okay.
Because especially with the draft and everything coming up, because the stock's hot right now.
Yeah.
You know? The stock's hot right now. What's up, man?
Before or after, let's say February 15th.
You said you're saying before the 15th?
Oh, no, I'm asking, Luke. TG, what do you think? Is it going to happen
before the Super Bowl or after the Super Bowl?
Yeah, we got 2 weeks. You think it happens middle of February, or is it after middle of February?
It gets discussed at the Super Bowl.
I'm about to say a lot of business happens at the Super Bowl.
A lot of business.
It's unofficially the combine. All your GMs, all your owners, all your agents.
All right, how about this? Does it happen?
Does
it happen in February, or do we got to wait till March?
That's when Poles went up there and made this statement about Caleb Williams at the combine. Because prior to that, it was, are they going with Justin Fields or would they go Caleb Williams? So that timeline does.
So one of them
track,
signed.
though. Yeah.
One of them signed before the end of February.
Well, I'll say this: even if one isn't necessarily signed, I think we will definitively know who is priority one. Kind of like with Fields and Caleb at that time. Nobody knew that Fields would be available to be traded. Nobody knew that we would end up with him. But we did know from then on that Fields was officially available.
There's some sort of report that's thrown out there. Russ is seeking other avenues.
Yeah, I think we'll get
Fields is seeking other avenues. Right. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's too many. It's too many of the big wigs around, and it's gonna be too much conversations happening for them not to get that part figured out. Whether it is, hey, Mr. Rooney, this is such and such with the Giants. This is such and such with the Jaguars. Hey man, how you feel about Fields? How you feel about? No, this is the guy probably gonna And eventually that thing does get out there. But I like that's 2 weeks from now, a little over 2 weeks. So yeah, it ain't too far away, man. Not too far away.
Yeah, we should have it figured out before the free agency, no matter what. Have one of them signed.
Yeah,
I hope it's Fields.
All right.
TG, who's your pick?
The Pro Bowler or the young stud with all the characteristics of elite?
I told you, I think Justin Fields will bring the unit together. Like I think he'll finish.
Talk your talk.
Yeah. Like I think that's a young team. It's a young I think if you keep that nucleus together, they're gonna be really good next year. Like I think next year is the year of you'll see some of the fruits of the labor. Yeah. And I think Justin Fields will complete some of the offensive kind of. I don't want to say mesh it together, but I think he'll mesh it together. Where it's like we all hang out. You know what I mean? Like linebackers to the quarterback to the running back. Like it's all You know, I think he gives that element. Like I think he kind of finished it. He's still that youthful. You know,
I mean, it's
like I
Fields,
said, I
bro. Come
think
on, bro.
yeah,
Heck yeah.
I think I think him and GP connect crazy. Just
Mhm.
everything about it. You know, I think it just connects really well. So,
Confidence probably
uh,
be a lot higher too next year coming back
yeah,
if we get to that stage. Because now it's like, yo, they committed to me. Like I
Should
wanted to be
be.
here, but they also committed to me on
Another
top
year
of
with
that.
Arthur
Yeah.
Smith. Knowing the playbook.
mhm,
Yeah, so it should only help. I can see that. I like it.
mhm,
I like it. All
mhm.
right. Okay. Trying to think, is there anything else before we get up out of here? Because like I said, man, it's the morning time frame, and I know you got something about to pop back up, anyways,
Oh,
Coach
man, I'm
Garvin.
just
All right,
trying to get
now
these
you
guys in
guessing.
classes, man.
Hey, I heard you over there. Shout out to you. Hey, my man said, hey. You know you supposed to be. All right, get where you supposed to be at, man. Don't be late to that class, bro. Don't be late, please. Don't be late.
Good guys in classes,
You
man.
know where you supposed to be at, man.
It's
Respect.
crazy.
All right. Shoot, man. What you got? Anything on anything deep before we get up out of here, man, with him?
I don't think so.
Okay. TG, what you got, man? Anything before we get up out of here, man?
Well, my dog, man, it's rolling.
Let's
It's
go.
that tough time, man. We college done,
Yeah.
high school done. The
Yeah.
league, we got one left. We don't got nothing this week with it.
He
Like
said
it's
signing days is done. Like we ain't got a lot of action
signing
happening right
days
now,
is
bro.
done.
It's Pitt hoop
You
season.
know,
We go see.
be
Hey.
careful jumping in that portal, young boys. Like
Ooh, you could die
it's
in the
crazy
portal.
out.
You could die in
Yeah,
the
it's
portal.
crazy out, man.
I
So,
got a
yeah.
question then before you go then. West Virginia
What's up?
basketball, y'all gonna make any noise? Or what's up, bro?
West Virginia basketball is balling. They
Okay,
just
I
beat
know.
the number 2 team in
All
the
right,
nation.
just
I think
checking.
they ranked and all that.
Just checking.
They,
You don't have
they
to
tougher
check.
than Pitt.
No, they ain't in the top 25 anymore.
I just need
Tougher
to
than
check.
Pitt.
I just need to check. That's it. Shout out to my dog, man. Shout out to my dog. All right, man. Well, shoot. You out there again, man. Keep killing it, man. Keep being great at life. And we'll spin a block with you next week, man.
My dog.
Already. Shout out right there to one and only Terence Garvin. If y'all was enjoying the homie being on the show with us, y'all hit that like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe either if you are new to the channel.
What time you got to get out of here?
We're good till, 30-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. But I say something that way I could make the mad escape it. Not be late. Hopefully.
We got Ethan Leach saying, we've seen Naj in open space. Imagine if he had a line like the Eagles and a dual threat quarterback like Fields to account for. I believe Naj isn't the problem.
I mean, that's a fair argument. I think we've seen that argument multiple times while Najee has been here. But at the same time, it's like, yeah, we also remember Saquon with the Giants. Their offensive line wasn't the best, but you could still see him create and do some of that special stuff. So we're not saying that he is that, but I do also feel like some of the stances that people have on Najee is valid as well, man. But yeah, I could definitely, if I'm arguing for Najee, I'm for certain bringing up offensive line play. Absolutely.
Yeah, the interesting thing with Naj, though, when he played with Fields versus when he played with Russ, I feel like he had his better games with Russ in the middle of the season.
Yeah. But we pointed to it. I know, at least from my eyes, it was the threat that Russ could hurt you more with his arm. So they started to move that safety out the box a little bit more. Whereas towards the end of it, they started to say we ain't worried about any of that type of stuff. And yeah, we're going to make y'all actually prove that you got guys that can win and win your one-on-ones, and you got a guy that can consistently throw a guy open or can make those routine throws consistently. And yeah, unfortunately, we did not do either one.
Joe Garbus says, can we stop with the Park Rogers? I'm going to kill myself.
What did he call
I don't
him?
want it.
He's Perk Rogers?
He calls him Park Rogers.
Hey man, shout out to Joe. And Joe, hey man, it's all good. It's all good, Joe. It's all good.
It's not that deep, bro.
It's not that deep, bro.
It's not that deep, bro.
It's not that. Look, we want you to be passionate about it. Deke is one of the most passionate people that I know as it pertains to sports. All right, I'm very passionate as well, but neither one is. It ain't never. We said always, it ain't never that deep, bro. It ain't never that deep.
Jeff H. saw the best meme guys it's when you don't contribute to the group project but still get an A, and it's a pick of Kenny holding the NFC Championship shirt.
Hey, no, man, don't do my dog Kenny like that, man. Kenny, man, he earned it. You still practice. You still got to show up to work, man. You still punching that clock. You giving the defense good looks. I'm sure he's a great scout team quarterback. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you got a dude that started in the league, man, as your number 2, hey, you better be taking I want to. You cook my defense. You get my defense right. So it's part of it.
Played in a game and a half this year.
Yeah, that's what I'm like we joke about it, like we laugh tongue in cheek with it, but it's like, yo, he has still earned the right to be a part of that organization, to be a part of their success. It wasn't like he hopped on the last 2 games. Like, we traded that man in the offseason. He still had to earn that roster spot, because as we all would agree, they don't just give out backup quarterback, or dudes that they don't have anything invested in spots. Like, so he still did have to do something. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we ain't saying it was great, but shout out to the dude though, man. Like, he's definitely earned the right to be there. And for certain, man, take a picture with your shirt, and if you get a ring, man, rock your ring, bro. Hey, you there for a reason. Like, yeah. You ain't got to be prideful and boastful. It's the difference between appreciating and boasting. I think we initially, when we saw him going to Super Bowl, it's like, yo, is he going to be boastful? If so, how do we tear it down before we feel less than? But it's like, man, that dude still is the one that shows up every day to go to the practices, every day in the meeting rooms and all the other stuff. And like you said, man, he played some games and shit too. Yeah.
You're the backup.
He's more of a contributor to their success than he is not to their success.
Yeah, but it ain't the same. You had a chance to be a starter here. You had a chance to be the franchise.
If you want more pride in it, then yeah, those are the prideful routes. But if you just, once again, talking about simple appreciation, it's like, yo, you have done the mandatory part of why you're able to be on this championship caliber team. We not saying that you're the main guy on the team. That's why he ain't talked about like he's the main guy. But it's like, yo, you're part of it. You're part of the band. You're not the lead singer, but you the third bass guitarist. You know what I mean? The fourth background vocal. Like, you provide stuff to make it feel like
I can't even say that.
You know what I mean?
No.
He's played the games. He played
That's more
the
like
games.
the O-lineman. That's more like
O-line is like a legit part of the band, bro. O-line,
the slot corner or something.
Absolutely not. Like, if you're a guy that's actually playing,
the main singer is Jalen Hurst. The main guys. It's
that's
AJ
fair.
Brown. All those.
That's
type of
fair.
dudes.
But it take
Pickett,
a
I don't even know.
team, man.
He's like the marketing guy, like behind the scenes or something.
Take a full team, man.
The dude at the office working the 9 to 5.
Everybody matters. Everybody's doing everybody's doing a job,
cold
man.
calls for the band or something. That's what he's doing.
And imagine if the front man had to take them cold calls, man. Now he can't do his thing, man. Everybody has a role in a championship. It's never just a singular thing, man. So Kenny doing his thing, man. Shout out to Kenny, bro. Like, yeah, I tip my cap to him. That's your guy though, but I tip my cap to him. Yeah.
No, I can't do that. If he gets there, it just don't. It don't even hit like that. He's the backup, bro. He's the backup. When he was out there, I thought he played good, but in terms of like winning the ring and the importance of the ring for him and all that, it's like it don't count.
He still could say he's a champion though. That does count. He still is a part of it. Every single day he go in there, he practices. Like, he's prepared, because what if the opportunity? You brought it up, this scenario, man. What if Kenny gets to play in the Super Bowl? This, that. If he's not preparing,
if he plays in the Super Bowl, that's a different story.
No, but
completely
think about
different story.
But what makes that all of a sudden validate his role versus if he doesn't play the Super Bowl, but he still has to be prepared. He still takes the same amount of effort to be ready, regardless if you play or not. And that's the worst part about being the backup. Yeah, you still prepare like the starter, but nobody appreciates you unless you get that role.
Yeah, because playing is the most important thing.
Right. But if you're not prepared to play either, we can see how detrimental that could be to your success also. So you gotta be locked in, man. That's all I'm saying, man. He can't beat his chest down. He ain't saying beat your chest, be walk around, hey man, I'm a Super Bowl champ. But it's like, hey, bro, you still can feel good about what you're accomplishing right now, man.
We won't really be able to gauge Kenny Pickett in his career until he gets another starting opportunity like this. Again, this ring wouldn't mean anything. Because
you want to be you ready to tell everybody how great Kenny is again, man. That's why you need that opportunity if he played in the game. Whereas I'm just like, yo, man, you be a champ. You be a champ though. He would be a champ.
It just doesn't mean anything.
To you, it don't.
For him being a backup,
though, bro. You're part of it. Still part of it.
Like I think the meme's valid, to be honest. But he did contribute a little bit in the regular season and played good in that game and a half that he was in there. But yeah, I get the meme. Let's go, you Dub.
Hey, hold on. Speaking of Kenny though, Jalen Milroe, they said he got little hands.
I saw that.
Yeah, the last little hands guy we talked about was Kenny. How we feeling about Milroe? With the new information about the hand size, does that change how you feel about him in any way?
No.
All right, cool. Yeah, because I did say, I was like, oh, all right. I remember that was a
Vic had
big
small
ordeal.
hands.
But man, you had to break out the handstands for, you know what I mean? Like that was like such a big ordeal
I would
because
suggest
the
it for
hands.
Milroe
Yeah,
if we drafted him. I'd say, hey, this was
it
a
worked
thing
for this
that our
one.
old quarterback did. He grew his hand size. Why not try this?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just throwing it out there. What I said was like, oh, they really was on the hand sizing. I'm like, oh shoot, we back. Here we go.
No, it doesn't change my opinion on Milroe. Whiskey Dub says, we never really saw CJ play at cornerback. I'd like to have him back over Sutton.
Okay.
That's fair. You know
what?
what?
Yeah, they
Former
CJ
top
was
10
a
pick.
was it top 5 pick when he came out or whatever? So yeah, I mean, we ain't tripping on it.
Yeah, I did. Oh, honestly, yeah, out of those corner between like him, Cam Sutton, and who was it, Pierre?
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't mind taking a flyer on CJ Henderson.
Oddly enough, it's like of the three, Cam has probably been the most consistent career-wise, but CJ has the most upside of all the dudes just based off of why he was drafted and stuff like that. My sentiment is a little bit different. One's more potential. One's more, I know who you are. I also know your limitations. So I personally would rather have Sutton back, and I'm going to have him back cheap. So I already know what that is versus hoping that this is the time where CJ is now going to put it all together. I just haven't seen him do that, whereas I've seen Sutton do that. Seen him do it multiple times. So that's my only thing, man. But yeah, they're both going to be super cheap, so I don't think you can go wrong with whichever way. Like, we talking vet men versus vet men. You ain't about to pay Cam the contract he was just on in Detroit a year ago. That ain't about to happen.
No,
for multiple reasons.
He didn't play particularly well this year either.
Yeah.
Willie T, what's up with DeMarvin Leal? I know he had a neck injury, but I haven't heard much since. Do you think he's coming back next season? Shout out Deke and Moats. I completely forgot about him. Wow, completely forgot about him.
I didn't forget about DeMarvin. Unfortunately, I was very much reminded of DeMarvin Leal when Mr. Rooney spoke, because he brought up D-line and said to myself, all right, if Mr. Rooney is...
I was playing good before he got hurt, too. That's the bummer.
Yeah, but when Mr. Rooney brings up your position, it puts everybody on notice. So you start to look around and you say, all right, well, who are the guys that you felt satisfied with? Who are the guys that you potentially want to move on from? It's like, all right, you feel good about Cam. Okay, feel good about Benton. And from there, it's like, Larry O, you're getting paid too much based on the production, so people don't feel as good about him. DeMarvin Leal, at times he's played well, but his tenure here has been more underwhelming than, exceeding expectations. Isaiah Loudermilk, later round guy, not as much invested in him, but they even went ahead and brought in a Dean Lowry and a Logan Lee just this past year to let you know that we ain't satisfied with that. And now you talk Montravius Adams. So when I was thinking of Mr. Rooney and how he was talking, I'm like, it sounded like you about to go grab something early. And DeMarvin was it 3rd round pick? When we drafted him, that was a part of like the last cutoff of early picks. When we say that 1st, 2nd, 3rd round, like that's the cutoff on really investing in dudes that you think are going to be starters or guys that you think can really help you. I mean, right now. So I think that he should be on notice, man. But I also feel like I hope for him, whoever we bring in, we still allow DeMarvin the opportunity to compete.
Absolutely.
To be a part of it, you know what I mean? Versus just simply
cut
moving on from
we
him,
don't bring back Loudermilk. We're not going to have enough people anyway.
Like, I don't want them to go the full swap everything out. Like, I would like to see that still have a chance because I think it's still very talented and athletic. But I could definitely understand if you're the organization, you saying, all right, this ain't your first, this ain't the second year. Like, we are starting to ask ourselves, is this who you are? Or are you going to, kind of like the CJ Henderson thing, you're going to turn into this player that we envisioned you being a couple of years ago, but unfortunately you haven't really lived up to. Now, if you can, then great. But if not, how do we prepare ourselves for that. And that would be them going out there and drafting something in the first or second round, or spending it, free agency, going to get another piece. Except we could look at Larry O's contract and maybe, all right, you're taking that money and sending that to a different type of player. But regardless of how it's shaped, I think some of that money that Larry was getting is still going to go to another free agent caliber guy, because you don't want to go into the draft with the Larry O hole, and we still saying that we wanted to draft a D lineman anyways type hole.
Let's get you, Dub. Worst Super Bowl matchup possible. Hate rooting for Philly, but I despise KC fans and the media meat riding even more. Maybe a meteor will win instead.
Shout out. Don't you love it? Shout out, man. Philly fans aren't terrible all the way. RIP. All right. They lost one. They lost one recently, man. Yeah. But his storylines in both is a rematch. You get the rematch of a Super Bowl from 2 years ago. You got the three-peat available. You got the Philly.
I'm just not even bothered by it either way. Steeler, we're not even relevant in this conversation right now. So it's just I'm not. Yeah. I'd be hating from the other side of the club at this point. We're not. We're not even close to either of these teams, and we're not relevant. So it is what it is. Like, were we really stopping the Chiefs from making it there? Were we the ones getting screwed by the refs in a battle against the Chiefs in the playoffs or anything? You know what I mean?
Fair.
It's just
that's fair.
No, we don't got any stake in this.
That's fair. But we do got a Pro Bowl quarterback though. Just remember that, and a Pro Bowl guard.
No.
And a Pro Bowl kicker.
No one cares.
Special teamer. Pro Bowl pass rusher, Pro Bowl interior D lineman, and a Pro Bowl safety. All right, so we getting closer. We're definitely getting closer.
Clearly not.
We're getting closer, man.
That's just another perfect example of how much the Pro Bowl means. Because I think we are like now after all these alternate makes, the third most team of Pro Bowlers.
That's why we had 10 wins. Come on, bro. Because Pro Bowlers, bro. We nice, bro.
No.
Oh, you seen
exactly,
it, man.
10 wins.
You seen it, man.
10 wins. What's that, like the 12th best team in the league?
See how about the Pro Bowls we had? That's what made the playoffs. 12th best team in the league. See? That's about right. That's all the things you're saying are very much accurate. All the things you're saying are accurate, man.
Well, if you go off Pro Bowls, we're the third best team. Clearly not.
Well,
Pro Bowl means nothing.
Matchups too matter though, because you brought up the teams we've lost to. Those were the teams who was in the playoffs too. One of them teams had like the most Pro Bowlers in terms of the Ravens. They had like initially was it?
No, where we're at's probably more in reality with the actual amount of Pro Bowlers we got, as opposed to how many we got with all these alternate entries. 4? Yeah, that's probably
that's real.
Around the 12th best team.
Yeah, that's realistic. Well, the alternates definitely have helped us grade on the curve. Yeah, but we like it though. We'd rather have them than not. So yeah,
just doesn't move the needle. I just don't care. Sure, I'm not going to say take it back from a Steeler player, but
I like it. Well, we on the same page with it. But it was just funny, man. So shout out to them dudes, man. Shout out to them dudes. All right, though. Anything else before we get up out of here, though?
No.
I like it. All righty then, man. Well, shoot. That will conclude today's show. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. And if you did, hit that like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe. But either way, we appreciate you for tuning in. Y'all stay safe out there. And until next time, baby.
Peace.